All right, gentlemen, let's dive into session 11 of Trouble in Theondir. In the previous session, our adventurers had finally made a breakthrough in the errand assigned to them by Melathon. Having defeated the group of savage orcs that had previously defeated them, the group fell back to the Crawling Crawfish Inn for some food, drink, and rest. While Grogil slept and Bholen, Kerrhylon, and Niv entertained themselves in the tavern, Traego accompanied the mage, Mehnalis, upstairs where the old man performed the identity spell on Bholen's enigmatic ring. Near the end of the ritual, a look of terror or wonder shot across the mage's face as he collapsed onto the table in front of him. At the same moment, there came a bang as yet another mysterious Celtic knife was lodged into the old wood of the room door, with yet another note on which was written a cryptic message inviting the group to meet at the central city monument at midnight. After spending some time investigating the ring and listening to Mehnalis' description of his vision, the group began to prepare for the evening meeting. Grogil had already taken off and would find his own path to the monument. Upon arriving at the central city square, the rest of the group was struck by how much life and activity there still was at this time of night. Groups of people steeped in revelry, merchants selling various products from various colorful booths and tents, music, song, dance, and celebration. In the midst of this liveliness, the group was nevertheless singled out by an old woman fruit seller, who offered them not only what she believed to be the finest fruit in Theondir, but also an odd oracle. Only true fruit leads to the true vine. With caution, the adventurers followed the old woman down a side street leading to the wine shop In Vino Veritas, where the fruit seller would procure a familiar-looking ring of keys from under her cloak and open a side door leading down to the cellar of the establishment. Eventually, the old woman would even approach Grogil, who was still back in the square, and, with a stroke of luck, she was able to avoid death by Morningstar and thus lead the haughty half-orc to the others. The dark stairs opened up into a stone chamber with wine cask after wine cask stacked upon one another from floor to ceiling. And here the group solved the cryptic key riddle involving blue, red, and green colored orbs, and was thereby granted access to a second secret chamber where there sat a lone figure in front of an enormous stone fireplace, Graywater. This long-awaited meeting, however, was strained. Bholen would brilliantly cast Zone of Truth, while the others began to flank Graywater from both sides. Grogil's patience was wearing thin, and Kerrhylon had an arrow knocked, mostly to shoot down Grogil should the hot-tempered half-orc burst in too quickly. Much was said, and even more was left unsaid. However, having paid Graywater in the form of peridot dust, the group was able to glean some broad information about an ongoing assassination plot to be carried out by the Knot on the day of the tri-decade celebration. Moreover, Graywater also offered the group, would they be willing to part with a sufficient amount of gold, an odd item, a golden amulet he claimed had been infused with a trace of the magical essence of one of the Knot's most sacred objects, the great blade of the Triumvirate. As Graywater held up the amulet, itself gleaming in the light of the fire from the fireplace, Kerrhylon made his move. With a swift motion, the dragonborn would shift his target from Grogil to Graywater's hand and release a single arrow. Graywater, sensing this movement, threw himself to the floor, his eyes burning with rage, as a powerful rumble quickly moved through the floor and the stone walls of the cellar. At that moment, a commotion erupted above the group, with the slamming of doors, shouting, and the din of footsteps making their way down the stairs from above. Almost instinctually, Graywater leapt over the cask in front of the door, bellowing out in feigned terror, "Help! Help! I'm being attacked! Help! Help!" And just as he landed on the other side, all of you were met by a burst of wind and a cloud of arrows. With a fury akin to a plague of locusts, arrow after arrow flies in your direction. You see several of them lodge into the large wine casks flanking the entrance. A few have pierced the casks, out of which a rich crimson liquid begins to pour out onto the stone floor. With a shift of weight from the lost liquid, the racks holding up the casks begin to creak and groan. Several arrows lodge themselves into the false door, and several arrows come flying over your heads, sticking into the back of Graywater's chair and landing in the blazing fireplace behind you. And through the din of shouts out, an arrow flights. You hear a scream from near the secret entrance. Graywater is struck by 2 arrows. One lodges itself deep into his left thigh, and the other finds its target in the flesh of his right shoulder, splattering blood across his face and neck. Again, he shrieks as he collapses to the cold stone floor, his right hand losing its grasp on the amulet, which bounces across the floor, ting, 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 landing slightly off to the right of him. He rolls over onto his back, his eyes this time filled with genuine terror and locked on you. This is an execution! And from the other side of the cavern, you hear a gruff voice bark out a command that sends a chill down your spine. Load your arrows and fire again! My adventurers, you have roughly 6 seconds before the next volley of arrows. And roughly 30 seconds before the archers have made their way to the secret entrance. What would you like to do?
Where's Graywater right now? Where is he landing?
Graywater is right in front of the barrels here.
That's him?
Okay. And where are the archers then coming from?
So the archers are all up on the stairs. You can see there's a list.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, my.
Left there. And there's a secret entrance.
That's
so
where
that's the one that you came through, yeah, where Graywater's lying down there.
Can we push the barrels back so they close the entrance?
You can try.
How far is Graywater from me and Sora?
He's not that far from you two. Actually, the amulet bounced pretty close to Sora, off to the right of the door there. They're probably only about 25 feet away.
All right. So I'm gonna go grab him and try to pull him because it looks like there's cover there. I could pull him inside the room.
Yep. You can pull him right around the corner there, yeah.
And then I'll have Sora grab the amulet.
And I'm gonna yell to Grogil to try and push the crates back in where they originated from, so they seal in the room.
Okay, I will do that, but let's not forget, use the cylinder.
Are we thinking maybe that's what's going on here? Those wood elves are from?
Yeah, that's what I like. Where are they from? We don't know where these guys are from. Did we just get backstabbed by Melathon?
Well, because I'm thinking they're here to shoot the guy they just shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was an execution.
No, a check.
Should we try to save them?
What does the amulet?
Yeah.
What is that for?
Sora grabs the amulet in her teeth, and she's now holding it in her mouth.
Okay.
And she runs around next to Kerrhylon. Kerrhylon, you are successfully able to drag Graywater over to the side now, and he's screaming in pain as the blood is sort of gushing out of his thigh and out of his shoulder.
Also, I would like to point out that it's probably not wine in those casks. It's some type of flammable liquid, and they're going to light us all on fire, and we're going to die in an oven.
This is a winery, though.
It's a vineyard.
Yeah.
So I've got Cure Wounds. I can cast Cure Wounds on him. I can pull the arrows out and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Well, do we necessarily need to do that? Like, let's make sure he's not going to die, but like we don't necessarily need to waste a spell on him. So Sora's got the amulet. I'm on the right side with Bholen of those the kegs that moved.
Yeah, you're both in the zone of truth there.
Yeah, all right.
All right, I run.
Traego turns to Bholen. Do you love me? Silence.
Do you think I'm fat?
Oh, jeez.
All right,
so
I'm gonna try to push. I'm gonna try, Matt. If nothing else, I'm gonna push those barrels and knock them down. Try to push them to cover the entrance, but if nothing else, knock them over so there's.
Well,
I run full ass head on.
Remember, they're kind of listing too, because he said that the wine from underneath is like the structure is falling a little bit.
Yeah, so you've got arrows that struck in both sides here. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see this. I think I might be frozen. There we go. You've got on both sides here. These casks are they're losing liquid, and these are as well. So everything is the whole structure of everything is getting kind of loose. Yeah.
All right, so.
Use the cylinder.
I don't have the cylinder.
Tim does.
Does Grogil say that to me?
Use the cylinder.
Hold on.
Are we gonna? We're gonna pull. I'll go help try to pull Graywater off to the side.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing.
And I'm just gonna have Lizzo jump off of there and come back and hide in my robes.
Okay, so all this happens before Grogil goes and hits it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay, so Lizzo jumps back.
I will pull out the cylinder and
And-
crank it to the 22731.
So can
Okay. What
I
are you
yell?
going to do with
We're
the
gonna hear the
cylinder?
guy's ringtone on the stairs.
So what happens?
Yeah.
What happens after I click it into place?
So as you click the numbers into place, the cylinder immediately begins to glow in this golden, brilliant light, and there's almost this sound that comes out. And on the other end, their voice. This is Feuerbrand. What is it? What is it?
Help! 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 We're getting attacked by many archers. We need immediate reinforcements.
We have your
Immediately.
location. We have
Come
your
now.
location. We would be there. We would be there. And you hear the
And
sound go out.
while he's doing that, can I yell out, "Hold your fire"? Just scream it.
Yeah.
Hold your fire.
Absolutely.
And we got him out of the
Grogil.
way. Is Grogil able to push those?
So Bholen, the cylinder is still glowing. It's still on. If you want, you can change the numbers back so it doesn't glow anymore, or you can leave it glowing and leave it sort of turned on.
I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on.
What do you want to do with it? You just want to hold it in your hand?
I'll put it back in my pocket or my satchel
Okay.
I have.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
leave it on,
All right,
just so they
Grogil.
know where we are.
Give me a strength test, Grogil.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wait a minute, we're
What's
gonna pull it. We pulled Graywater far enough. We're still pulling him aside so he's isn't crushed by the barrels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's out.
we
He's
got
out of the way.
19.
19. Okay. You're actually able to now hit some of those barrels, and they're going to roll out now and fill in some of the place here. That'll buy you a little bit of time. The barrels kind of fall off each other and start crashing down, and they sort of
Oh, shit.
start to make some debris there in the middle.
I immediately
I'm-
dive to the right.
yeah, I'm like wide. I'm like
Yeah.
wide.
You're like you're
Perfect
totally open.
target.
Bholen just lost
Hey!
all of his cover. Bholen just lost all of his cover. All right, so at this point,
Oh, shit.
all the archers now are going to release another volley of arrows.
And where?
All of them hit me.
Wait, but nothing happens by me yelling out, "Hold your fire." There's no response.
There's no response. No. It seems that Graywater is correct. This is something of an execution. So I'm going to go ahead and roll here. Okay. You have higher than an AC of 10. Is that correct?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
15.
13. Okay. Niv, they're also going to shoot at you. 18.
And do you remember? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. But do you remember, Matt, that I cast mage armor?
You did, yeah.
Last
I do
session?
remember you
Yeah,
said
I think
that.
you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think
So-
you did. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
not-
you did when you became to the behind Graywater. You cast it.
Okay, so that only puts me at a 16 AC.
Okay, so 18. It's a hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the arrows makes its way through. The rest of them sort of lodge into these casks, creating some more damage. You hear once again the creaks and the groanings of the wine casks as they're losing their wine and it's spilling out onto the floor. An arrow flies past Bholen. You're able to kind of move aside, but unfortunately one of them is going to strike you, Niv, and it's going to get you down in the leg. Only 3 points of damage.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
So do
Block
we,
it off.
But the scratch.
do we still have our temporary hit points from the feast, or are those gone?
I think those are gone.
Those
Yeah,
are
they-
good.
Okay. I guess
those-
Because we had to wait for this meeting. Yeah.
just didn't erase that then. Okay.
Matt, I don't have my phone if anybody's trying to. The boy took it.
Okay.
The boy.
All right, we're
Um,
still we haven't really entered into combat
Yeah.
yet. We're still just figuring out what's going on here.
Okay, so we're
I
all
wanna-
to the, we're
let
all
me-
to the, like the right. Oh shit.
Let me yell to Graywater and just ask him if is there any
Tim-
secret entrances that we don't know about? How do we get out?
Tim,
of
you
here?
might want to get out of the way first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. I'll probably move over. I'll move closer to the group.
Over where I am.
Well, we're all on the same side then.
Yep.
Niv, you want to be over there too?
Up to the top, yeah.
Yeah.
Are those chests right by us?
Oh,
Those are
I-
chests. Yeah.
I'm going to start going through the chest and see if I can find anything.
Check for traps. Check for traps.
Yep. I'm gonna check for. Yeah. Is that an investigation then?
Yeah. Give me an investigation check there.
Which sucks. I got a negative on that. That's a 10.
How are you a thief and you have a negative?
Yeah.
I'm not very wise.
It's hard to say if there's a trap or not.
No, wait. No, never mind. I have a +3 on investigation, so it's 14.
Aha.
14. 14. Okay.
I thought it was a wisdom.
There's some hints in the one on the left that there might be some traps on there. The one on the right, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Matt, I'm gonna take the amulet from Sora's mouth and clean off the slobber and put it in my pocket.
Okay. As you pick it off, Kerrhylon, you notice that as you bring it close to your pocket, it begins to glow slightly brighter than when Sora had it in its mouth. And in addition, as it gets closer to your own amulet hanging around your neck, your own amulet begins also to glow with a slight blue color, and you place it in your pocket.
Okay, good to know. Does anybody else see that?
No, it happened too quickly, I think.
Okay.
So is there are you going to open the chest?
We've got like 12 archers we got to deal with. What are you fucking around with the chest for?
To see if there's anything that we can use. So I think that it's trapped. Can I go about disarming the trap then?
You can. Give me a dexterity check.
Just straight dexterity?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
there a
proficient
disarm
with
trap?
thieves tools. If I'm proficient with thieves tools, is that for trap disarming as well?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you. Go ahead and give me a dexterity with advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural. Okay.
A 15 and a 20.
So you get your fingers, your small little fingers in there, and you feel the trap, and there is indeed a trap. You're able to get a slight tool around and to pull a latch that would have sprung a trap there, and you disarm it, and you swing the lid open, and there in the bottom of this treasure chest, you see what looks to be 15 or 20 vials of peridot dust.
Ooh,
Hot damn.
Oh.
that's a big deal.
Oh.
So Matt, can I ask kind of a structural question? So we have the wall, right? The wall is completely floor to ceiling, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Is there any way, like the barrels are next to the walls? I'm 6 foot 6 inches tall. Is there any way I can like peek through the barrels to see anything?
So you've got stone walls the barrels are up against, except for the only place where there isn't stone wall is the secret entrance there.
Okay, so I can't see anything through the barrels.
You can't see through there, no.
Okay.
And at this
How-
point,
how
the archers
tall-
now are advancing down. They're coming a little bit closer. Let me move them down a bit.
Matt, at this point, I'm grabbing all of the vials of peridot dust and I'm putting them in my bag.
Okay.
Pack.
How tall is the ceiling in here, man?
It's not that tall. You're looking at maybe a 8 foot ceiling or so. Go ahead and write down, Traego, write down a total of, you have 18 vials.
That's a lot. All right. So
We could, I mean, we have them in a bottleneck. We could pick them off as they come
Yeah.
through the.
yeah, but
Well, I'm worried about them being able to like get an angle on some
yeah,
of you guys, so you may move up to the wall.
and we have no idea. Can I just peer around the corner and see like where they are? Can
Sure.
I see? Just stick my eyes around the corner. I mean, not expose myself too much.
Yeah, well, so you can kind of peek around the corner and you see them advancing in.
Okay. All right. So, how many am I able to count? Do I see all of them, or only how many do I
You see a total of 9 right now at this point.
Okay.
There's
All right,
3 that are off to the right you don't see.
All right. So I need to turn. I need to turn back to these guys and tell them I can see 9, and we got to figure out a way to like. Does anybody have any like explosion, something or other, like a spell or?
Nope.
Yeah, we have a mage.
Yep.
I'm pretty tapped out. honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
I gotta
we're
save them for healing.
all right. We're effed in the A here, so
Yeah. I'm pulling out my short bow at this point and kind of closing up to the wall so they don't have an angle on me. And then we're gonna try to talk our way out of this.
yeah. Okay.
Let me ask Graywater, is there another way out of here?
hmm
Graywater is he can hardly speak. He's in so much pain, writhing on the ground. He says, "There's the stairs is the main entrance. There's a secret entrance above in the other chamber that heads upstairs. The
What
only
about
Really help us.
what about the fireplace?
the fireplace empties out of the building. Of course,
Up.
I've never been in it, but
Is there a
But,
fire in it?
But a halfling could crawl.
there
up
is
it.
there is a fire in it. I mean,
okay.
let me tell you, this is a massive fireplace. It's one of these huge castle fireplaces that's about 7 feet tall. You could actually, a man could walk into it. And there is a fire in it that's been blazing since you walked in.
Casting a lot of light then too.
Yeah.
If we were to extinguish the fire, would it be completely dark in here?
It would be in your half. On the other half, remember, there were some sconces that were burning. So there's a little bit of light in the other chamber. But in your chamber, the only light in this room was, in fact, the fireplace.
I can snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. It's too big for a small. It's bigger than a small
Yeah, it's
campfire.
bigger than a small campfire.
Grogil,
I can't.
go take a shit on it.
So
Uh,
in the meantime, I don't know how much time this will buy us,
Yeah.
but can I cast silent image to make it look like a stone wall rises out of the ground and closes off that secret door area?
Absolutely, cast it. And they need to go up and check it, right? And to take a wisdom, or is it a?
It says physical interaction reveals it to be an illusion. The
Okay.
creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine it's an illusion with a successful investigation check against my spell save.
Niv, hold on 1 second. I want to see if
okay.
I can't. I want to see if I got to find out who these people are. I mean, I'm going to yell at them.
We gotta talk to him. As this is,
and-
I'm waving the other guys get close to the wall, like kind of motioning them. But we need
So
to talk to him.
I'm going to yell out. You all are in a bad position. Or who the hell are you people? What's going on?
In response, you hear the captain, who is the one who is closest now.
He's a captain.
running up.
We know he's.
You can tell he seems to be a bit more official clothing, regal clothing, and he's screaming out, "Place your weapons on the ground now! Place your weapons and get on the floor!
Yeah, who the hell are you?
On the floor now!" He's shouting.
All right, so
I'll put my weapons down when you put yours down.
No answer from him. On the floor! Weapons on the floor!
can we tell them that we work? Do we want it? Do I want to say that we work for?
We need to buy time. That's all we need to do.
Well, that's what I'm
the
trying to
soldiers
do.
are
That's what
coming.
I'm trying to do. You guys
So-
go take care of the fireplace, and I'll talk this guy. See if I can't get him to talk.
And
Raise
so
the
as
wall.
you're having this conversation, Niv, are you casting your spell?
Yeah, let's cast it.
Okay. So this wall of stone sort of starts coming up out of the floor and breaking off the line of sight. And the advancing fighters there, they pause for a second and take a step back, a bit thrown back by this. It's going to buy you a little bit more time.
All right.
So they can't see through it then, right?
I don't believe so. No.
No, they have to figure out it's an illusion before they can see through it.
So maybe.
So maybe
Oh,
we don't
it
talk.
It lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna run over to.
Does anybody have their little medallion? Do I have one of those little medallions we got from the firebrand?
We only have a couple of them, don't we?
Well, what if we were?
I have one.
What if, I were to show it up? Well, I can't show it up because I know there's a wall there, but just have them.
I have
Right,
one.
well,
So
As the wall goes up, as soon as the wall is like fully up, I'm gonna dash across
Okay.
to the other side and like get against the real wall, because I don't want us all on the same side of the.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I want to spread out a little bit more, and I'm gonna be hiding right now.
Okay.
Ooh, wait, there's another chest down there.
Yep. But you didn't. There's 2 chests up the other side. You didn't open the other one, did you?
Oh no, I didn't. Shit. I'll stay where I'm at right now.
I'll go
Okay.
down to that side.
I'm gonna go right up against the wall, right by the fake Niv's wall. On the other side, right by the opening, and oh no, never mind. Sorry, they're that one.
Okay, so me and Bholen are down there. All right. Here, hold on. And I'm gonna whisper to Bholen. You have any ideas?
The only
Yeah.
thing I can use thaumaturgy to maybe try and extinguish the fire, but
But if we go into the fireplace,
we
have
got
to go. We got to go up.
Yeah, I don't know how we'll get up. The only thing I could think of is if I showed them the medallion,
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
like just put out the medallion so they can just see the medallion and
Well, as soon as you do anything, they're gonna know that
yeah,
that
exactly.
wall's an illusion.
Right. That's why.
So
Well, yeah,
we just hold.
yeah.
Like everybody readies their action, or kind of
All
just
right.
readies themselves.
So can I yell? I'll yell out again. We're working with Firebrand here. We're working with basically the king. We work for the king. So chill.
And no response. They're getting closer to the wall here, working their way over the barrels.
All right. So I'm gonna get an arrow ready here. I'm gonna say you better stop because. Well, can I see him? There's the wall there.
No, yeah, the wall's still up, so the illusion is still good.
Is this a captain that we know? Do we see him, or do we recognize his voice, or is this just a random captain?
Give me a perception check. Traego.
Terrible. 2.
No, you've never heard this voice before in your life.
Okay.
So
No.
what about me? Do I recognize it?
Give me a perception check as well. I'll give you one more then.
I got 13.
13. No, you don't recognize the voice either.
Yeah.
And at this point, the captain is pulling out his sword, and he lunges at the wall to try and see if he can strike at the stones. And the sword sort of passes through
All right.
the
Do we
stones.
see
Do we see
the
the sword
sword come through?
You do see the sword come through the illusion, and he turns around and says, "It's an illusion! Charge! Charge
Okay.
in, men!"
All right. I'm taking him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire my bow at.
we can't see him.
Wait. Can I see him yet?
Ooh.
You as he begins to move through, yeah, you can see his
As soon
as
as
he
I can
runs
see
through.
him, as soon as I
Grab
can
him.
see him, I'm gonna cast command on him,
Okay.
and
I got my arrow ready though.
Yeah, I got mine too.
The word I want to send to him is retreat.
Okay.
He's the captain, right? So
Yep. And he needs to take a
wisdom saving throw.
wisdom saving throw. Okay. And your DC is a 13.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Uh-oh.
20 or a 1.
Nice.
Nice.
So immediately,
Let's
as the
get the hell out
captain
of
breaks,
here and runs away.
as the captain breaks the illusion, he suddenly is struck by this word, retreat, and he begins to panic. And so he turns around to his men and he yells out, "Retreat!" And he runs and starts heading directly up to the stairway. And his men are utterly confused. So hold on.
And
He's gonna
at
take
that
off this
point,
way.
at that point, Matt, just to help out a little bit, can I do minor illusion and just make a noise of like a huge roaring creature or something on the other
Absolutely,
side of
do
this
do
fake
that,
wall?
and then I'm gonna give the
Oh.
a roll to some of the men closest to him. Yeah, so you make a roaring noise, and the 2 men closest to him, the guy on the closest to the captain turns tail and follows suit. So now we have 2 guys running back.
Yep.
The rest of the guys are entirely confused by this, so they stop where they are in place. They begin to hold their position, knocking some arrows. They're not advancing into the room at this point. They're staring back at the captain and this other man who's run. They're looking back at the hole. They're knocking arrows. They're waiting. Some of them are taking a few steps backwards, preparing and waiting to see what happens.
Dan, what was your illusion? Your the one that you made?
Which, for the wall or for the sound?
No, for the sound. What was that again?
I have improved minor illusion, so I can make
Okay.
an
All right,
image
I'm gonna
and
get
the
back,
sound.
boys.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation and start making puffs of wind towards, like, pushing out towards the archer and stuff.
Archers, creating even more confusion, and a couple more guys start to run back and turn back, and they're heading back as well with the captain. This is such a confusing situation. There's this roar. The captain yells retreat. The men don't quite know what to do, so they also start backing up now. All of them are sort of backing towards the stairs with their arrows knocked.
I mean, I'm fine with just keeping them buying us as much time as possible. Is there anybody that's like really close to us that we can actually see? Or are those like the angles just a little bit?
You, Traego, you can see one of them. Kerrhylon, you can see, actually you can see two of them in your line of sight. Kerrhylon, looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got like 9 or 10 guys in your line of sight, Kerrhylon.
So they're still in the room. There's still 10 guys standing there not knowing what to do, and the captain's run out.
Yeah, this captain is moving outward, yeah.
All right, I'll yell out, you guys better run. I can't hold this thing back.
Yeah. And I'm gonna whisper over to Bholen, like, how long is he gonna be running away for? Like, how long do we have?
1 round.
1 round.
Yep.
So do they? So I yell. Does Mike scream or yell?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, or sorry, an intimidation check with advantage. Kerrhylon.
Is it under intelligence?
Oh, I should have been doing this one. Damn it.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna start
there it is.
Intimidation is charisma.
screaming in pain
got
like someone's getting
18.
horribly murdered.
18. Okay. A couple more of the guys next to them are going to also turn and run back. So you got a few guys now also heading this direction.
But they're still in the room.
There's still six seconds, and then the spell wears off. The command.
And the wall is still up, or is it?
The illusion is gone now. The
It's
illusion
gone,
is
okay.
faded.
All right.
Yep. So you guys still have bought yourself some more time now.
All right.
6 seconds.
I can.
I'm gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna let you go, and then I'll.
I was gonna cast fog cloud.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Into the. Can I? How does that work? I mean, can I cast it? Is it only in the room? Can I cast it towards them? I mean, there's the wind blowing, right?
Let me see.
The breeze. God bless. Where is it? Okay. I create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within a range. It's 120 feet range. Sphere spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it.
And its concentration up to 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So can I pick a point in the room, in their room,
Absolutely.
that I can see? Is it? But is it? How bad? How bad is Traego's breeze?
How bad is my what now?
Didn't you cast like a breeze or something?
Oh,
press
it's
it-
just like small puffs of wind.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
And I'm not gonna.
So if I cast, yeah.
Yeah, basically I'm blowing in the face.
What? By the way, what happened to Grogil?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh. Where exactly are you?
I'm kind of on the corner with the rest of the group.
Are you just chilling? Okay.
I
Okay. Okay. So that
So
looks good.
immediately this fog begins to fly out, filling the entrance there and the beginning, causing even more confusion. They can no longer see you guys. They are entirely confused at this point. The captain now, realizing that as the command wears off, grabs his men, turns around and says, back again, and they sort of really cautiously begin wandering through the fog.
Yeah.
All right. So
They're all super confused at this point.
I'm gonna fire an arrow into the fog. I mean, I'm sure I can't see anybody, but if they start feeling arrows coming at them.
Okay. You fire an arrow through the fog, and ting, 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 ting. It bounces off, and they see that, and then take another step back now. They're extremely cautious.
All right, another one.
But they're slowly now beginning to move forward.
Can I see
Matt.
anyone?
You also cannot see them. It's
Yep.
obscured.
Matt.
Yeah.
Grogil here. I charge in.
Oh.
No.
It's got to do it, guys. Sorry.
Bravo here.
Hello.
The Grogil comes charging in to the obscured area of fog. And now, gentlemen, let's actually go ahead and roll out initiative. We are in combat. Go ahead and roll out your initiative.
Matt, will you roll me? I'm in the middle of something. Thank you.
19.
All right, let me roll these guys. Oh, boy.
I also got 19.
But they're archers. If I run in, like, they're going to be...
Yeah, they're in trouble.
That's
And they're going to be surprised.
Right, so, I mean, it's not the dumbest like, break up the archers.
All right. Let's see. Who's got anything higher than 19?
I have 20, don't I, Matt?
Grogil, I rolled you a 14. What's your initiative bonus?
Plus
2?
1, I think. I'll be
It's your dexterity modifier, isn't it?
We'll set you at 16 for now.
Well,
it's not plus 2. I know that.
No, plus 1.
So I get to add my dexterity modifier to my 19.
Well,
so I get
you should have
it would
a
be plus initiative.
Oh.
Your initiative bonus at the top. Yeah, I'm plus 1, Matt.
Okay, so what? You're
plus
15
2.
now.
So I got 21.
21 for Kerrhylon. Wow. Yeah. So that's our highest one. Kerrhylon with a 21.
The wolf.
Did you roll Sora as well?
No, I didn't roll her yet.
Do I have to roll for Lizzo?
You got a 1.
Or do I not have to?
Sora's a 1. If Lizzo's going to be fighting, yeah.
Okay, but she doesn't have to?
No.
Okay.
And who had a 19?
I did, Bholen.
And who else had a 19?
Kerrhylon thought he did, but he had a 21.
Okay, right. So Bholen, you are next to the 19. Who's the next one down?
I had 17.
17 for Traego. Anyone? No? All right,
Wow,
Traego.
Some great initiative.
Sorry.
Hold on
that was wrong. The captain had an 18.
Bitch.
And then we have 17 for Traego.
Matt, the beasts and stuff, like what my familiar is, are they in the player handbook?
Yeah.
In the
Near the back.
There's a list of like random animals.
Because I would assume she doesn't have any kind of bonus to.
It's a Appendix D, I think it is.
I'm assuming she's pretty weak too. Like not many HP there.
Is it just a small lizard?
Yeah, it's just like a little gecko thing.
Oh.
But yeah, she has 3 HP only.
Just send her out to get distracted.
Well, I that's what I'm trying to figure out though, if she has any kind of initiative bonus or negative. But I don't see it in the handbook.
Yeah, there's nothing in the handbook for like a lizard. There's a rat.
Which is
What?
a lizard is a water rat.
There's a frog.
There's a frog, yeah.
Okay, so the
Crocodile.
her dex is +0, so it's just a straight up roll then, right?
All right, yeah. Go ahead and give me Lizzo.
What about the pseudo dragon? Is she a pseudo dragon?
No, she's
just a lizard.
A lizard.
Matt can write that into the narrative though.
Ooh.
It's like a Pokemon, it evolves.
Yeah.
If you feed it right.
Lizzo, I choose you.
The Tamagotchi.
And Grogil, you're 15, and the rest of the archers at 4.
Okay, I'm at 14,
You're at 14 there?
and Lizzo's at 4.
All right. And so the archers will go before her. They have higher decks. And Lizzo. Okay, guys. Kerrhylon, you're up.
So,
remember now, Kerrhylon, you have a concentration spell. So if you start taking damage, you're going to have to be rolling for the concentration if you want to keep the spell going.
I don't think it's going to... Well, no. I'm not overly worried about that right now. So am I able to turn the corner from that box and see the captain?
Yeah. Grogil will be kind of blocking you, but you can move around, yeah, and see the captain.
I mean, will I be able to move around enough to where I can get a shot at him?
Let me see here. If you actually stay where you were on the corner,
Yeah.
you'll have a shot at him.
All right,
around the corner there.
All right, I want to take a shot at him.
Okay, go for it.
Yes. 19.
Ooh, hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is it? A D4? And what is an arrow?
A short bow would be 1d6 plus 4, or 1d6 plus your dexterity bonus.
Yeah.
5.
5. Wow. Okay. So the arrow comes flying across Grogil's shoulder, dangerously close to Grogil, and lodges into his arm, and he takes a massive amount of damage. He turns and sees you, Kerrhylon, ever so slightly as the wind pushes a bit of the fog away, creating something of a tunnel, and then the fog collapses again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, bitch.
How much damage did you do?
5.
Okay.
Um,
Is he looking pretty hurt?
Sounded like it.
He's not.
I mean-
not entirely disabled, but I mean that was a decent shot.
Okay.
Okay, Bholen, you're up.
Okay.
But am I able to kind of sneak behind the corner again too after I take that shot?
Yeah, you have some movement left. Yeah.
Okay.
So Matt, how far of a distance is it from the crate, the top crate on the left side there, to the bottom of those barrels, where basically like from the top enemy to the bottom enemy, how far is it?
From you mean? Sorry, from.
From the top of their roof.
So from the top
Okay.
where the most northern enemy is to where the most southern enemy is.
Oh, I see.
What's the difference?
We are
what's that
looking at a total of 40 feet.
Okay.
40-foot difference there.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna pull out my my symbol. I'm gonna whisper into it, Lathander, please protect me. I'm about to do something really stupid.
Maybe don't say that to your god.
yeah.
Please protect me. And I'm gonna run in right in the middle of them
Oh.
and slam down my what's it called? Why can't
The
I think?
medallion?
Dick?
Yeah, my medallion. Yeah. I'm gonna slam down my holy symbol. And cast Radiance of the Dawn.
Oh gosh. Okay, 10 feet will get you there, and then another 20. You have 30-foot movement. Will get you right next to the captain.
Yep.
Almost in the middle of this fog.
That should
So
get
as-
almost all.
So as you turn around, you begin flying through this fog. The fog begins to spread as you become flying through this. Grogil looks to his left and sees out of his periphery vision you, Bholen, flying by. The captain sees you approaching, prepares his weapon to strike you. And go ahead, do your magic.
I'm gonna raise it above my head. Lathander, protect me! Slam it down on the ground. So they each need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wow, and this is 40 feet, you said?
Holy
It's 30 feet.
30 feet, okay. So you will be able to hit, let me see here.
30
Just measure
feet.
this out. That'll hit all of them.
Yeah, it'll hit everybody.
Should be able to hit pretty much everybody.
If it's a 40-foot diameter. Yeah.
Everyone except for
It's a
one,
range.
everything except for one guy, the furthest guy back.
And I'll probably make it so I miss the guy that Kerrhylon shot, just because he's already weak. But so 16 total damage on a failed saving throw
I failed saving
to
throw.
each person.
Each? Wow.
Okay, all
Each
right.
person.
Damn.
Nice, dude.
All right. Let me start here and roll these up here for these guys. Let me just double check here. Constitution. Okay. And once again, your AC is a 13.
Yep.
Or DC, your difficulty class. Okay.
These max spell. Yeah, spell.
Oh, DC. All right. This guy, he fails. That guy, fail. Him, pass. I'll tell you what. If they fail, I'll set them down. This guy, he fails.
Spectacularly,
This guy,
apparently.
Yeah.
he passes a natural 20. Next guy, he passes.
Oh.
This guy here fails. This guy here fails. The captain passes.
No.
This guy here fails. And the last guy in range is also going to fail.
Nice.
So it's 16 damage to the people who failed and 4 for everybody else.
No, 8.
Or 8 for everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you slam your symbol down, this enormous blast of light comes flying through, and we'll even say this blast of wind, sort of dissipating the fog at this point. The fog moves aside, and all of these guys that are lying down take a massive amount of damage, and they go flying back onto their backs. They're all prone now, groaning in deep pain, hardly able to move. You see them rolling over, trying to get up on their knees, but they are utterly stunned, and they are so close to death they can hardly even stand up. Half of them fall back prone onto their face as they shriek and scream in terror and pain. The other guys also fly back. They remain on their feet, but they're also quite stunned, and confusion sets in now. And that'll be the end of Bholen's turn. Is there anything else you want to do?
What happens to the captain?
I can't do anything else.
The captain, so he took 8 points. How's he doing?
Hey guys, can we take a 2-minute break? I gotta answer a phone call.
Yeah,
your turn isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, just maybe we'll just keep going until your turn.
I'll roll. Yeah, I'll roll the. I got the captain going now. So the captain turns around, and he's actually going to strike you, Bholen, as you run in. He's gonna turn next to you.
Yeah, I saw that.
After that move. And he's going to turn around and strike you with a 7. He misses. He pulls out a sword and tries to strike you, but his eyes are blinded by this flashing light that he can hardly see you. And he swipes at you but misses completely. And that's the end of the captain's turn. Traego, you're up.
Okay, so Tim, the fog is gone now?
The fog is gone. We'll leave it in place there just
and-
because there's so many guys on it.
and,
But the fog dissipates.
A lot of the... How many did Tim knock down? Like, did he just like wreck? How many took the full damage? A lot.
7 of them took.
Seven out of like the 10. Okay, so I'm gonna.
12. There were 12.
7 out of
12 guys.
Okay, I'm going to run in to the captain. Can I get to the captain? My movement's 25.
And you got the barrels there too. So.
Yeah.
So you gotta go. Let's see. That's
Could I-
15. You can just get to the captain. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the captain and question about two-weapon fighting. If I have my rapier and a dagger in my hand, I can take my normal attack with my rapier.
Yep.
And then can I use a bonus action to attack with the dagger, but I don't get my dex bonus? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Sounds right. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you in this case, and also you also get sneak attack in this case because the captain's engaged with Bholen.
Yeah, I just wanted to make because I'm thinking about taking the dual wield, feat. So I'm gonna take a sneak attack on the. How bad is he looking actually? Does he look like he can take a lot more, or is he hurting?
The captain looks like he's still doing okay. The rest of the guys are severely.
Okay, I'm gonna take a.
The ones on the ground are almost bleeding out. Yeah, the captain still has some life in him.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh, I might kill the captain. I rolled a nat 20
Whoa!
with the sneak attack.
Hit.
That's just a hit, though. That's just a hit, though.
Yeah, but what is this? What is
Oh,
a
yeah,
nat
you do.
20?
So it'll double your
Double
dice
dice,
now.
right.
So whatever you have
So
in your
does it
dice,
double
your
my
first weapon,
sneak attack as well, or just the damage from the weapon?
just the damage from the weapon, I believe.
Okay.
Yep, you're right.
I think that's how sneak attack works.
Because the rapier is 1d8 plus 4, so I would just double the d8.
Or you roll actually
Right.
2d8.
Right.
Yeah,
2d8
you
and
gotta
add
you gotta
4.
roll separate dice.
All right.
2d8 plus 4.
Wow.
Too bad it doesn't work on my with sneak attack, because then I'd have an extra 46. All right, so here's 2d8, 8 plus 4, 12, and then my sneak
16.
attack. My
Damn.
sneak attack is going to be another 8 damage.
Oh goodness.
20.
20.
The guy's taken
Oh.
33 points of damage so far.
So whereas the captain looked pretty strong and stable, as you come along, this tiny little halfling comes flying up behind the captain, gets airborne, strikes with his rapier into him, and then slices across his back and into his neck, and he begins to bleed profusely, stumbling forward almost into you, Bholen. And he screams out in pain. He is really hurt.
Can I take my bonus action to talk to the captain? Tell him, lower your weapon, Captain. You've lost this battle.
Captain, you can shout that as I'll give that to you for free. You shout that out to him. The captain looks up at you. He says, "Death before surrender."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, can I take another bonus action and hit him with my dagger?
Or
is that
one
already?
bonus action?
You gonna groggle it?
I
How
think
many
you already
bonus
got your
actions?
bonus action there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is talking to him my bonus action? Okay.
That was I gave that to you for free. That was a free action.
Yeah. So I moved, I attacked, got a free action for talking, and then can I take another bonus action to attack him again?
For your bonus action, you can also evade, right? You can leave.
Well, I could disengage, dodge, or disengage, dash, or hide.
You're not listening to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
But-
implying something.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to him, but I'm gonna end it. If I have a bonus, if I can attack, because I have two weapons in my hand, if I can attack with my second weapon.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I said I allowed that. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, so
Do
but
it.
then
Do it.
I did read if you only get your proficiency bonus, you don't get your dexterity bonus with a second attack.
All right, let's
So that's
do it.
gonna be 17.
17 hits.
It's with my rapier or my dagger, it's gonna be a 1d4 only.
He's dead.
7 more damage.
Ooh,
7 more damage.
Yeah, I rolled a
40.
3.
Dang.
1d4 plus 4.
Explain to me how you kill the captain here,
Yeah.
Chet.
Oh, are you gonna do this? How do
You
you
got it, man. You got it. Yeah.
Damn, son.
So I come in with my rapier, and like
just
I said,
a
I slash-
little note here. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I come in with my rapier and I just wreck him with that slash, like you said. And after he says death before
Surrender.
surrender, I'm fine. And I jump up, I take my dagger, and I just stab it down into his neck.
It goes
Yeah.
right through his neck. And Bholen, as the captain is sort of stumbling towards you, you see this look come across his face as a shadow comes behind him, and suddenly you see a blade stick out the front of his throat. His eyes
Jesus.
go completely blank, and he collapses to the ground. He was at 6 hit points, and you did
wow.
7.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the captain collapses to the ground, and the other
Yes.
soldiers now are getting utterly afraid.
There's 4 left then.
And there's a bunch
No,
that
5.
are,
Well, there's a
are
bunch. They're
wanting to-
all still alive.
they're all
also
still alive.
almost
But they're
dead, all
hurting
of them.
quite great. Wow, what a rogue move, man. Grogil, you're up.
My turn, huh?
Captain's gone. Yeah, you're up.
Goggle's got to step over his dead body.
You know what I want. You know what I want to do, Matt.
Yeah.
Pull out your wangus and start waving it around.
Shit.
As Grogil, as the fog fades, Grogil, now you're able to see his face, and oddly enough, you've recognized this before. His eyes begin to roll back into his head, and they go completely white again. And you see Grogil lower his head for a second, and the sconces once again in the room get darker and darker. And he raises up his hands, and a blast of energy comes flying out of his hands into the standing soldiers that are standing around you, Bholen. And Grogil, go ahead and roll out for me 3 1d4s.
Does it hit me too?
No, it goes around you.
2. 8. Total.
8 total, okay? Flies around you here and strikes this guy. And you see magic, something like a magic missile spell. The missiles fly around you, Bholen, and strike into him. And he flies backwards onto the ground, completely dead. Grogil's eyes come back to a normal look. Grogil shakes his head a little confused. What? And Grogil, go ahead. You have an attack now.
On top of that,
It's like
Wow.
a free action.
No shit.
Grogil, you have no idea what just happened. You're confused, but you come to, you snap to, and now you have an attack. What would you like to do? You have an
take a
action, I
swipe
should
at
say.
the closest one.
Okay.
How many are still able to fight back? 4?
You've got 1, 2, 3 that are standing up. The rest are prone at this point.
Okay, so one of the ones that's standing up, obviously.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think just Grogil running at him would
That's a
probably
miss.
scare him off.
I rolled a 4. What's my?
So Grogil is still a bit
11.
confused from what just happened. His mind is not quite back to him yet. He kind of shakes it off. Just tries to strike out with his Morning Star, but misses entirely as the guy steps aside. Anything else you want to do, Grogil?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you want to
Niv.
kill everybody?
Niv, it's your turn. You're up.
We'll just wait. When you got it, I'm gonna get Graywater.
Is Graywater dead yet? Is he bleeding out on
Grey-
the floor?
Graywater is bleeding out slowly.
How bad is he looking?
Pretty bad. The arrow in his left thigh is really deep, and into his shoulder too is pretty decent, and he's losing a lot of blood.
Okay. I think I am just gonna run over to him and feed him one of my greater healing potions.
What?
Okay.
We need him alive, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could just get him a regular healing potion.
I don't have a
Not a
regular
greater
healing
healing
potion.
Greater.
Regular.
These are the only ones I have.
Just give
Okay,
him a
go ahead
regular.
and roll it out for me. See how much hit points he gets back.
We should give him a Theondir Thunder.
12.
I'm
Do
still I'm still
Totally.
debating on taking my merriment potion here.
Okay, so as you go down and you put this into his mouth, Niv, you can see that the liquid tries to swallow it down, and it's hard for him to swallow with all the pain, but eventually he's able to swallow the entire potion. And some of the bleeding begins to slow down a bit. You see he gets some color back into his face. His breathing slows down a little bit, back to a little normal. He's still bleeding, but he's stabilized a bit more.
Leave the arrows in.
Okay,
and then
anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, it's the archer's turn.
They gotta be
The
scared
archer in the back.
shitless.
The archer in the back is going to flee. He's going to take off. He's going to run up the stairs.
Smart.
He's gone. This other guy is going to also try to flee, which means Grogil, you get an attack of opportunity. Is your
Me too,
engagement?
right?
Go ahead,
What
roll a
do
d20.
Do I get an attack of opportunity too? If I'm right
Really?
next to him?
No, because you were actually engaged with the captain.
Matt,
When Traego finished him off.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to have you roll for me again.
Okay. All right. And that's definitely a hit. What is your Morning Star?
Shit. He's dead. We'll just say.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead.
Well, you have a +7, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. So he's gone. He is out as well. This guy is going to turn around and try to flee as well, and he's going to get a good way up the stairs. Everyone else is going to try to stand up. They're going to be prone. They're going to try to stand up, and they're all going to be able then to move 15 feet because they have half their movement to get up. And then they're going to move 15 feet as they all try to flee and retreat, wishing that they would have listened to the captain beforehand when he took off running. So let me set them up.
We need one of them
Yeah.
alive.
The cavalry's gonna be here, and
Yeah.
maybe the cavalry is not our friend.
Well, what's past, like, probably since they came in 30, 40 seconds? Or a minute, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Yeah.
round is only, like, 6 seconds, and then we had maybe a minute before
Yeah,
that,
it's
and we were...
Probably 2 minutes though,
Yeah.
because of all those guys going.
Right.
All right, there we go. Lizzo, if you want to have Lizzo do anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have her scamper up onto the barrels that are sort of kitty corner southwest. I mean, yeah, and she's just gonna perch up there.
All right. All right, Lizzo has a spot there. Okay, Kerrhylon, we return back to you.
Oh, sorry.
Round
sorry.
2. That
Sora.
was only one
Sora.
round. Or
Sora.
sorry. Sora, that's right.
I think I'm just gonna have her kind of back the other side of the room, near the fireplace. I'm gonna have her kind of sniff around, see if she comes up with anything, just any weird smells or, I don't know.
Everybody's trying to retreat right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so that's the end of the first round. That was just one round of combat. Holy moly, guys. Bholen. Wow.
Good job, Tim.
Into round 2.
Yeah.
Kerrhylon, you're up.
So I'm gonna. So Niv's taking care of Graywater. I'll walk into the room with the other 3, with my arrows ready, with my arrow ready. I guess that's all I'm gonna do, really. Just kind of be ready in case any of them. But there's one guy still left. They're all kind of leaving, right?
Yeah, they're all heading. They're desperately heading up the stairs now.
So is there one that I
Trying to flee out
can?
of the room.
Is there one I can shoot to kind of slow him down? Like aim for his leg, just to kind of stop him, so we can hold on to him.
Absolutely, you could shoot any one of them.
Okay, so the one that's closest, so I have a better shot.
Don't kill
Okay.
him.
No, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, is that possible? Like, is it just
I know later in the game you
aim
get like
for
an
his
aim
leg
shot.
or something.
Yeah.
like
Aim
an
for his
aim
leg.
shot? Yeah, I mean, I'll aim for his leg.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. So how many is that? Disadvantage.
So 2 dice.
Two
So
dice,
right,
take
roll
the
2
lower.
dice, take the lower of the
Okay.
2.
14.
14. Actually, you were able to strike him in the leg, and he drops down to his knees, once again prone. He's not moving anywhere so quickly here.
And then, so it's what? I think that's 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Kill
That's
him.
enough to kill him.
You ripped his
Ah,
leg.
I hit his femur, his femoral artery.
So as you hit his leg, it shoots out a whole lot of blood, and he actually falls down on the ground and
Poor little guy.
bleeds out, and he stops breathing as his heart just
My-
collapses.
My bad.
Sorry.
These guys are fragile after the Bholen's shot there. Anything else you want to do, Kerrhylon?
I'm good.
All right, Bholen, you're up.
I want to search the captain thoroughly and see if there's any identifying marks on him or like anything he had on him that would tell us who he is or where he is for. Or
Give me an
So we-
investigation roll here.
Can we call back? What's his name? Firebrand, and tell him that we're okay.
Oh, it's up to Bholen. He has the cylinder.
Yeah,
Right.
it's,
It's still on. I mean, you
It's
can
still
you can
on,
all
yeah.
talk all you want.
what did you say? Investigation.
Yeah, give me a quick investigation.
15.
15. Okay. You notice, strangely enough, nothing that out of the normal. He's abnormal. He's got the leather pouches with some gold pieces in it. But what you do notice is on the other side, on his hip, not the sword or the weapon he's been using, but he has in a small little sheath, a holster there. He has a knife. As you pull it out, it looks exactly identical to the knives that you received in the 2 occasions. One that you received on the door in the Riverside Respite, and one now recently in the Crawling Crawfish.
Now remind me, were those daggers more like warnings to stay away, or were they warnings like, I forget, like what was the underlying tone
Well,
of?
The first dagger had a message that Niv read and quickly discarded, so nobody really knows except for Niv. The second dagger was the one that had the message calling you to meet at the Central Monument.
And I still have that on me.
Oh, why
I
would
still have it.
yeah, why?
why would they attack us if they called?
He's
So
part
the
of the
trap.
Maybe that's
Is this a
the
trap?
idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
who-
want to.
Who are they?
I'm gonna shut the cylinder off. I'm gonna turn it
Okay.
off.
And it goes off. Yep. And
then
as you
I'm
do
gonna-
that, the golden glow fades away, and it returns to back to this normal-looking metallic cylinder.
We're still gonna have company though. I mean,
Yeah, and can I move? Okay. Maybe I can't do this on this turn, but I want to see if I can find the other exit, that secret exit that Graywater was talking about.
You'll have to save that for your next turn and do an investigation.
I thought
I'll
the
let you
secret
do that
exit-
next turn.
I thought that was what we came through, though. Wasn't that what he was saying? That was the
There's
only way
another
out?
one. There's another.
There is?
There was
another
another
one
one
on
in the
this
other
side.
room.
On this side of the
But
room.
actually, I'll tell you what, Bholen. When you came down the stairs, you actually did notice that there was a spiral staircase off to the side, and I mentioned this, that there was an entrance that was shut with planks above. So it's not so secret from down here, but it would be secret upstairs in the shop itself. So you see off to the right.
Okay.
In fact, there is a spiral staircase heading upwards to an entrance that's closed.
Can I run over to it?
Oh, you can use the rest of your move. Yeah. That'll bring you over here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's
Heading
my
up.
turn.
Yep. The captain's dead. Traego. You killed the captain, so you're up.
How many guys? Is there 4 that are like running up the stairs right now, or 5? Is that what I
There's
see?
four on the stairs, and then there's 3 that haven't quite come to the stairs yet.
Okay, I'm gonna start running towards them, and I like yell back to Grogil, like, we need one alive. And I'm gonna go to that guy, and is he looking pretty hurt? Is he one of the guys that were still up? Like they're all gone, right? These are the guys that.
So these guys are all seriously hurt. Yeah. If you want, you can make a cold shot and try to knock them out, or you can just give a normal attack, or it's up to you.
Tackle him? Can you tackle him?
I'm 34 pounds or whatever. Can I do like a trip? Like, what would a trip be? Would that be athletics or acrobatics or?
I'll tell you what.
Try to trip
give
him.
me an athletics check. Let's do that. We'll make this a contest.
Those archers are going to run into the other soldiers that were coming for us to help us.
We don't know how long it's going to be though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got a -2 on athletics.
even
So.
know?
Okay. So
Athletics.
he passes with a 7, is able to evade your attempt to trip him up.
Well, I rolled a 15, -2.
Oh, you
So
did.
I have
thought you
just a
said you.
-2 bonus. No.
Oh, I thought you.
So
I thought you were
I have
down
a
to
13.
-2.
I have a 13.
Okay, so you were actually able to get him and trip him up. You grab one of his legs.
Soccer tackle.
He-
Just slide right into him.
Down here.
Yeah, you go. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
The leg.
Sweep the leg.
All right, so you are able to trip him up. He's prone as well.
And then can
Cobra Kai.
I jump on him? I mean, I'm not very heavy. Can I just jump on him and just like stay down? Just tell him to stay down.
Sure. You jump on top of him with the remainder of your movement, and he starts to try to throw you off. And actually, give me a strength check there.
18. So I got a 16.
Okay, so he rolled a 7. So you're actually able. He's
Wow.
so weakened from how much hit points he's lost. He's so weakened by that you're actually able to hold him down and to push his arms down. And you're on top of this guy now. And that is the end of Traego's turn. Grogil, you're up.
Where's Graywater?
Graywater's back in the other room here, over by Niv.
Crap.
Can I run to him?
If you want to move to him, it will be, let's see, 25. You can't quite get to him.
I start
You have
running
30-foot
to him.
movement.
I start running to him.
Unless you want to dash to him.
What does that mean?
That means you can't use an action.
Yeah,
You
dash is an
get
action.
extra movement, but you can't do anything once you get
Yeah,
there.
I'll do that.
Okay, so you're able to dash up to him then. Yep.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Oh
So-
dear.
Grogil's there. Niv, you're up. You see as Grogil comes flying through the barrels, dashing full speed right up to Graywater.
Gonna be a waste of a good potion.
Knowing Grogil, as I see him come around the corner, I'm going to say, thanks for coming to help. Keep him safe. And I cast suggestion on Grogil.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So Grogil has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Excellent.
-1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't imagine your wisdom is high.
Oh, no shit. 18.
Oh!
Oh,
Sorry,
No.
guys.
Swing and a miss.
So Niv, your suggestion spell fails miserably. Grogil looks the same as when he ran around the corner, frothing at the mouth. Anything else you want to do, Niv?
And then at that point, I'm going to go around him, go around him and just round the corner like I'm ready for a fight, like, and see that everyone's gone.
Guys, I want to play too.
I'm still convinced. I can be convinced. You just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Niv, that's the end of your turn. The archer's turn now. The archers that are standing are going to dash for their life. And all of them standing there will successfully be able to get up the stairs. The one who is prone, half his movement to stand up, and he will be able to get 15 feet. So let me move.
Aren't we still grappling?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. You're on top
we're
of him.
we're still grappling.
Strength check. Strength contest again.
Come on, baby.
Like
Another
midget
right.
wrestling.
15.
15.
Yeah,
I gotta check the bonus. I gotta check the bonus here.
We are
17
really
-2.
rolling good today.
I'm rolling well
14.
right now.
14.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So he struggles to push you off, Traego. But once again, he's so weakened, and you are so strong, of course, that you're able to keep his arms down, and he can't push you off. He can't buck
I'm
you
just
off.
slapping him like.
Just
Chad-
barely.
Chad's a sack of flour. And...
So he remains down on the ground. He cannot get up, and the rest of the archers now dash up the stairs and start to head out the door. So they are gone.
It's like Austin Powers when Mini-Me is clamped on his crotch.
Tell me you're not fighting his crotch.
All right. So there we go. That is the end of the archer's turn. Lizzo, does Lizzo want to do anything?
Over and bite Grogil in the crotch.
Well, I'm actually gonna have her jump down onto Grogil, like just on his back, somewhere in his clothing.
Okay.
Distracted.
That's a
And
good way to lose a familiar.
Would Grogil even notice?
What? I think Grogil would notice when the lizard drops onto him. I'll tell you what though. Let's have Grogil roll this out. Grogil, give me a perception check with advantage.
How come whenever I got a roll, I'm not at...
You still there? All right. What's your perception bonus? I'll do it for you.
80. I don't know.
int.
Just roll it for straight up.
No, it'd be wisdom. It'd be -1 because you had a -1 for wisdom. You said.
Grogil, strangely enough, doesn't feel Lizzo jump onto his back.
God.
Okay.
That was with advantage, and I rolled crap. Sora.
Yeah.
So-
Sora's turn. What would Sora like to do?
Kerrhylon saw Grogil run back. Will I assume that he's going to Graywater?
He moved in that direction at least.
Right. So I want Sora can do 60 feet. Can she? I can just send her over there and try to growl at him. Around Graywater.
You could have her run between them, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of wedge yourself between them.
Yeah.
There's the question though: is that what you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want her to get between them. I want her to kind of get near them. I don't want her to get hurt. I just want her to kind of show that, to distract him maybe, because I go next.
Maybe Grogil's really a big animal lover, and you just have Sora go on her back, want belly rubs. Come on, play with me. Don't go kill that guy.
He'll throw.
Sora's comes over and is extremely growling and intimidating.
Yeah. With a safe distance from him. Okay, that's her move. So then I'm assuming I go next.
Yep. So that's the end of round 2. We were almost out of combat here. We've got one guy lying down, incapacitated by Traego. But go ahead, Kerrhylon, you're up.
All right. So I need. How far am I from Grogil right now?
You are a total of 20 feet away.
Can I run to him and bump him or something? Just get him off target?
You could try to shove him, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just try to talk him down.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I can do that, but I don't think that'll work. I don't think talking him down will work.
You could try to grapple him, or you could come behind him and hold him. But he's pretty strong. You're also quite strong. It would be a strength versus strength contest.
I just All right, so can I run to him and just get up like this and say stop? And then. Yeah,
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage because Sorrow is there to sort of aid you in this.
Right.
Or are you being intimidating or are you being nice to him?
No,
Hey, buddy.
Are you saying
Pardon
stop?
me.
I'm gonna kill you, or are you saying, Grogil, stop?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to get him to calm down.
So you're trying to persuade him.
Yes.
Okay, give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
15.
Grogil turns to you, and you see this frothy, angry look in his eyes sort of calms down a little bit. And he lowers his morning star that he had held when he ran over there.
Okay. Good boy.
Well, that sets me off.
I didn't actually do that.
Bholen, you're up. What would you like to do, Bholen?
I want to take the planks off the entrance, the secret entrance.
I'm still fighting, guys. I'm still in combat.
You got it. You
So
got
you,
it.
Yeah,
you
but we
climb
don't-
up this spiral staircase. You get to these
Yeah.
planks, and you see that there's
doing
something
fine.
of a latch there that you're able. Give me actually a dexterity check. It's not a complicated latch, but it's a little difficult. Give me a dexterity check.
Shit. 11. Nope. 13. Nope. 14.
13. 14.
14.
Okay, yep. And you're able to get this
20.
latch and to move it aside. And the planks now are free to move as you push on them. There you can sense it's a false floor. There's hinges underneath. So if you like, you can push the floor up
Okay.
now.
Can I carefully like squeak them and so I can like stick my head up and see if there's anybody up there and
Yeah, so you push up really quietly. Give me a stealth check.
I'll check.
you 8.
So as you push these planks up, you notice they're a bit heavier than you had imagined. And as you push the planks up, you realize that there was actually something of a vase, a glass vase on a pedestal that was just on the very edge of
Priceless
it. And
Ming
you
Dynasty
push
glass.
it over, and the vase slides off and shatters. And immediately, for the few inches you can see out, immediately you see several set of feet turn and look over.
I just made a
Come on,
miss.
All right, that's the end of Bolin's turn.
You had a clutch round and then a really bad one.
Traego, you're up.
15 more archers.
Okay, I'm going to
Fucking
look at.
knick-knack.
I'm gonna try to intimidate this guy. I'm like, the battle's over. If you stop fighting, you'll live. If you don't, I'm gonna stick a fucking dagger in your neck and intimidate him.
Okay, give me an intimidation check with advantage.
With advantage.
Mm.
12 plus my intimidation, which is really high. 18.
18. So he's blood is
Jesus.
kind of
I
coming out of his side.
I have a +6 intimidation.
You're
Really?
30 pounds.
He looks at you, Traego, on top of him, holding your knife, and he says, "What is it that you want to know?"
The captain. What's his name? Like your captain. What's his name?
Here's where Matt comes up with a NPC name real quick.
He's
Yeah.
he's reaching down. He's reaching for his neck. He says, "Why do you want to know?"
Who was he working for? This was a.
The knot. The knot. He works for her.
Her? Her as in.
Get a name.
Give me a name.
her. He works for her. The leader of us.
I put my dagger to his throat. Give me her name.
Genevieve. Her name is Genevieve.
Genevieve?
Genevieve.
Hold on 1 second.
Spell it right.
Processing.
It's Jen Evyyr. I think no A. Jenavir. Genevieve.
Come on, Matt, get your stuff
Okay.
together.
Oh shit! I had the question. Okay, give me the Genevieve. She's the leader of the knot.
She's our leader. she's the one that we follow. He's incredibly hurt.
Okay. I'm going to kind of just yell out like, guys, want to give me a hand here? And I'll keep my knife to his throat. Does he have a weapon in his hand?
No, he's when he
Okay.
fell down prone here after you grabbed him, the weapons fell down to the side.
So
he's
I
on
have-
at this point.
I have where I know I have rope. How much rope do I have? Fuck. Is he's given up though? Like, do I have any insight as is he gonna try to get away?
You've intimidated him pretty badly,
Okay.
so he is lying extremely hurt and in incredible
right.
fear and pain at this point.
I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna get off you, and I want you to stand up and walk to the other room. No funny business, or you will die. And I just kind of get up and I let him get up and walk towards where Niv and Grogil are and everybody.
Okay, is he bound in any way, or you're just helping
Well,
him up,
as of right
pushing
now,
him up?
no. I'm
Okay,
I'm getting
yeah.
off of him and telling him to get up and start walking that way.
Okay, so he starts to limp. He can barely get up, and he's really hurt. So he's limping over, comes across the entryway. Where do you want to lead him?
And as we're kind of going, making our way there, I'm like, now, no funny business. My friend Grogil is quite violent. So you need to be very careful of what you say and do right now.
Yes, he says as he limps along.
And then I'm gonna go have him sit, like 10 feet away from Graywater. I'm gonna just kind of lead him over to Graywater and not them like be right next to each other, but relatively close.
Something right there.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna. Who's really good with knots? No, I'm gonna tie up. I have a bunch of rope. I'm gonna cut off a couple pieces of rope and tie him up.
Might want to stop his bleeding too.
I have nothing to do for bleeding. That's you guys. So, if Niv or Bholen would like to heal him.
I am far away.
Yeah.
So at this
Give
point,
me-
you're tying him up and setting him down on the ground next to Graywater.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm tying up Graywater as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to get both of them.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm just gonna kind of yell for Bholen, like, "Hey, Bholen, you want to join us real quick here?"
Can I hear him?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh shit. Did you say perception?
Yeah.
13.
13. You don't hear him, but what you do hear is footsteps in the wood above you, coming closer, circling around the trapdoor and the broken
Way to
base.
go,
Okay.
Tim.
So I'm gonna. I want to push the logs up and start climbing up. I want to Ooh, man, you guys got a really bad rat problem down there. Oh gosh, I don't know. You guys know.
Great.
You guys know about all the rats down here? It's a complete infestation. We need to get some more people to figure this out. But we should go. Let's go figure it out. Here.
And as you push this lid open and you start walking out, there you see 3 soldiers. Not the Knot soldiers, but you see 3 soldiers who are dressed in the Sons of Silas Theondir military outfit and armor. And immediately they say, "Who are you? On your feet! On your feet!" They pull out their weapons.
Oh, everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Do you have your
Just
medallion?
here to see the
I was the
temple
one.
wolves.
Yeah, I was the one that called you here. Melathon will vouch for me. I'll pull out the medallion of Theondir I have.
Okay, you have one on you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, you whip out your medallion, and as you lift it up, immediately the soldiers see it, and their eyes move from aggression to amazement and wonder.
And I'm going to tell them, if you want to stop the knot, they just ran out the door. I was coming up to save them, or to get them, and they've run off. Go get them.
Go.
Give me a quick persuasion with advantage.
God damn it! Both 9s.
Both 9s.
Hold on, persuasion. 7, so -2.
They look a bit confused at you. They don't quite know what you're talking about. They put their swords back into their sheathings, and they stop and they don't run out, as you said. But they look at you and say, "I believe we need to hear some more information from you." They're no longer aggressive, but they're rather contemplative.
Well,
Matt, you said there's only a few of them?
There's 3 of them, yeah.
That's all they sent was 3?
Yeah, that's it. I'll ask him where Melathon is. Or no, who did I talk to? Who
Firebrand.
was
Firebrand.
Feuerbrand. Where is Feuerbrand? I summoned him.
Feuerbrand is in Theondir Keep, where he always is.
Well,
We were sent here by Feuerbrand. But he's not with us.
Are there any casks of wine, like bottles of wine, close by?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of barrels around you. There's a table in the center, and in fact, there are there's some casks that are directly right next to this table.
So I mean, I guess I'll grab a bottle of wine.
Okay.
And open it up and take a big drink.
All right. So it's
corkscrew, Tim.
nice. It's a nice kind of Melbeck kind of wine, and it has this really nice label, In Vino Veritas, IVV, stamped on the bottom. You open it up, pour it out. It's incredibly good wine. This is some high-end stuff.
Roll a Constitution check for poison.
Yeah.
And
Okay, then I'll tell them that my friends are down here. They're underneath. We need assistance.
The first guy, he turns to one of the guys next to him, the soldier next to him. He says, "Go out and get the rest of them," he says. And so the first soldier leaves the door, and he walks out. And as he opens the door to this establishment, you look out and you see in front of you 40 or 50 soldiers lined up in the square.
Oh,
And you see one of them in particular beginning to walk over to you. Bholen enters through the door and comes on in. He's a tall man in his 40s, it looks like, fairly good looking, and give me actually a perception roll there, Bholen.
Perception is 17.
And strangely enough, you immediately recognize this guy as
Aldrich.
Stildrad.
Who?
Arid Stildrad, the soldier that you met in Mittendorf, who had helped you come to Theondir, and who dropped you off at the gates of Theondir. And Arid walks through the door.
Arid, my man. I'm gonna run
And
up.
Arid immediately recognizes you, and he says, "We came as quickly as we could. It's been a long time."
It's been like 3 days, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it feels like
In
months.
game time, it feels like a long time. And Arid still dropped. He embraces you back. He says, "I understand you've had some trouble here."
Oh, Arid, I could tell you some stories from the last couple of days, my friend. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna just put the wine down on the table, and we've got some friends down below that could use some help. but we've quashed any hostile intents that might have been plaguing us in the last.
Well, as I would have expected, I could tell that when you have someone like Niv leading the group, I expect good things out of this group.
And Niv is down. He's anxiously awaiting you. He's been talking about you nonstop. By the way.
And with that, his eyes sort of like light up, and he turns to his other men. He says, "All right, send in about 10 or 15 more. We got to get down there." And he.
No, I don't think there's any need for all of these soldiers. The hostilities have ceased. There is no need for as many soldiers as you have. We probably only need a couple people to just help with the bodies.
Body disposal.
All right. You two here with me. Come on with me, he says to the two that are there with him. And so the three of them now begin to open this passageway and start to head down.
Hey,
and they come down into the basement.
Can I ask kind of a meta question?
Yeah.
So would this group of 40 plus soldiers have seen the not guys who ran off?
Well, they're out in the square.
Yeah.
Off of the front of the building. They not ran up through the side door and went out a different direction. So there hasn't been any sighting there.
Lucky them.
Yeah. I think they were doing a rather smart military maneuver. They sent in a little small group to scout it out and to see what's going on. Right, to check it out before they sent in 40 soldiers in there. So I don't have my Arid figurine with me. He's over in the other room, so we'll just pretend he's down here. But so Arid comes down, led with these other two soldiers down the stairs. Bholen, are you going with them?
Yeah, I'll come with them.
And he walks down, and as he comes down the stairway, he looks around and says, "Oh my God!" He looks around and he sees bodies everywhere.
No, there's only two bodies. Or only one body.
True.
There's only two. We only killed the captain. Yeah. He sees the blood.
True. He sees blood stains everywhere down here. He looks over at Bholen and says, "What has happened here?"
Party!
The power of Lathander is what happened here, my friend.
Very well. And he walks through the secret passage and comes around, and he sees now all of you sitting there with this not figurine character and Graywater. On the floor.
I wanted to say before he come. No, I wouldn't know that they're coming down. Do we hear them coming down?
You begin to hear footsteps coming through the passageway in the middle there.
The chest that I opened, is it still opened?
It is, yeah.
I'm gonna close it real quick.
Okay. Yep. Close it real quick. Yep.
And then I don't have time to search the other chest, do I?
No. Arid is already in the room now,
okay.
And he sees you all immediately, and he sees you, Niv, immediately, and he says, "My good friend Niv." Excellent. He walks right over to you, embraces you.
He's got a boyfriend.
Give him the man hug. Yeah.
Slam on the back. He says, I always knew that you would be a good leader, Niv.
You've come to admire our handiwork.
And he turns around and looks over, and he sees Graywater, and he sees this knot warrior. And he says, "What do we have here?"
Well, we have uncovered a plot, and it seems that are these military guys, or are they like...
Yeah, these are the military. These are the Sons of Silas. This is Theondir.
It seems like the Sons of Silence have been infiltrated by the Knot, and this is one of their members, their captain.
Oh, sorry. Arid is with soldiers who are the Sons of Silas.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Knot guys are wearing different uniforms, right?
Yeah.
The Knot guys are in green cloaks, yeah.
Okay, so all right. I thought they were like betrayers. Like, okay, so just gonna tell them we've uncovered a Knot plan to assassinate. Who was it? Melathon or the
king?
The king
on Governor Tyrius.
Governor Tyrius on the day of what's the festival?
The Tri-Decade celebration.
Yeah, I don't have all my notes done. I've only gotten through the second episode, so I can't remember. And then
Arid's face goes a bit pale. He says, "Have you told this to Firebrand? Have you told this to Melathon?"
We just found out and called Firebrand, and here we are.
We need We need to get this information immediately, he says, to Theondir Keep. We take these two with us as prisoners.
I have no objections.
Well, hold on a minute. I don't think Graywater is a prisoner. Graywater is your informant, apparently.
Graywater's been playing both sides.
Well, we don't. I'm thinking that we don't necessarily want these soldiers to know what's going on. Just we want them. We want to talk with Melathon and Grave.
Yeah.
And Aaron looks to you, Kerrhylon, and he says, all of these details will get figured out in interrogation. We have good methods.
Yeah, I don't trust. Hold on. Let's just step back a second.
Yeah, I want to talk to Arid, and just tell him that we've been tasked by Melathon himself, that we need to take care of these two members. Don't trouble yourselves. You don't want to get involved this deep.
That is a good point.
But he looks at you, Niv, and he says, we've been called here in order to gather you up. And whoever else you got here, we need to bring this information to Melathon immediately.
But we've got a good 10 guys on the loose still. Well, I guess I don't know how many people he has with him. I'll ask him how many people he has with him, since it's just him downstairs, right?
He and two guys.
He and two other guys, yeah.
Yeah.
He says, well, upstairs we got upwards of 35, 40 other soldiers ready to go.
Okay.
We can send a dispatch. We can take a few soldiers here. We can take these two here prisoners. We can take them back to the keep. We can figure out some more information. We'll accompany you back to the keep, get you there safely, get you cleaned up, get you some food, and get you some rest. You look a little rough.
I had swung a Bruck in and say, look, we can call Feuerbrand right now. We have a device to do that.
We were expecting Feuerbrand to come.
That's the fastest way to get this info to him.
Feuerbrand isn't. He's not the one he is leaving the keep so often. He sends out detachments.
So we want to fuck these guys up or what?
You want to?
No.
Do you want to contact him now?
Niv,
do you want to contact Feuerbrand now? We could ask him what he has in mind. I've received my orders. My orders are to come and to fetch you guys to bring back whatever you have.
Matt,
what about Melathon? Where is Melathon?
I say to them, the prisoners are not going with you. They're coming with us.
And he sort of
Nope.
bows to you deferentially and says, I trust that you have more than enough capacity to bring them back to the keep. And we would love to join you.
And as he says that, I put a dagger through the soldier's neck.
What?
Through the which soldier?
Not Graywater, the other one.
The knot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So
I know immediately that
would that be
you'll do enough
considered
damage to kill him.
Would that be considered a reaction? What he's doing to the soldier?
We're not really in combat anymore, so it's kind of a free action there.
Okay.
It's more of a narrative.
Because Lizzo is still on him.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, as Grogil moves over towards him,
Is it
Lizzo is on him, and it senses that.
Is it possible to have Lizzo cast Shocking Grasp on him?
As you're familiar through you?
Yeah, because it prevents, if it hits, it prevents reactions. To keep him from stabbing the guy. You know what I mean?
I'll allow it. If we were in combat, then it would have worked exactly the same way. So I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll it out. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
It's gonna roll one.
Melee spell
I would
attack.
think the lizard would see that coming as Grogil is taking out the dagger.
See Grogil, pulling out the dagger, moving in that direction.
So is it what I roll plus my spell attack bonus?
Yeah, you probably have +5,
So
is that right?
19.
Oh,
19.
wow. Lucky roll.
Hit.
So that's 1d8 of lightning damage. 8 damage to Grogil.
But does it stop me from doing what I'm doing?
If you take lightning damage, you can't take reactions. So it's like a little shock.
So Grogil, you're shocked and jolted, and you
more than a little shock.
And you pause what you're doing, Grogil, as you sort of for a second stop, and that's we'll say that's enough to halt you up for a second. The rest of you see Grogil sort of moving over towards this knot member.
And can I
Arid
try
also sees this happening.
Yeah, can I try and convince Grogil and just say, violence is fun, but there's 40 guys out front. Even you can't take 40.
I'm fighting. It's the knot guy, but okay.
No, you said you were attacking the soldier.
No,
the knot soldier, the one that we
The
captured.
knot soldier.
The knot guy, yeah.
Oh.
Not the.
The guy who's all
I want
tied up.
to, like, yeah, he's got a point. And if we find out who the rest of the knot are, we're gonna have a huge fight later. So let's keep him alive so we can fight more guys later.
He rolled good enough. I'm out on that. We're good.
Okay.
Yep. So
So
Grogil sort of shocks and he stops.
So I'm turning to Graywater is conscious, right?
Graywater is still conscious, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna turn to him and say,
Breathing heavily.
You better start talking and like tell us what's going on here, who you are, because we might turn you over to these guys, and who knows what'll happen.
Graywater turns to you, Kerrhylon. He hears you saying this. He turns to the soldiers. He turns to Arod and he says, I am one of you. You can trust me. I'm one of you, Melathon. Melathon has entrusted me. I am one of you. He says.
They did all just try to kill him.
Yeah. Can we make an
Trust
insight
me.
check on
Trust
him?
me.
Can I make
Go
an
ahead and
insight check?
give me
This
an
is
insight check.
Graywater
See if you
saying
trust
this
him.
or the soldier?
This is Graywater.
That's gonna be a 4. Fuck.
Wait, what?
Sounds like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
But what about me? I'm the one who's asking him.
Yeah, if you want to take an insight check as well, I'll let you guys take 2.
4.
It seems like he's definitely telling the truth.
Okay.
Arod, however, turns to him. Arod is not entirely convinced, and he says to you, "Who are you, and what was your name again?"
To me?
No, he says to Graywater.
Oh.
And Graywater coughs again. He says, "The name is Graywater." He says, Melathon has assigned me this task. If you don't believe me, reach into my pack, he says. And Arid reaches down to the pack.
The bomb!
Can I stop him? Can I stop him quick?
You can put your hand out, yeah. Arid looks over at you.
I kind of like just hold on. I'm like, because I'm pretty suspicious by nature. I'm like, why don't you reach into your own pocket? And I grab my put my hand on my dagger.
He's tied up though. You tied him up.
Oh, that's right. I tied him up. Shit, I forgot about that.
No, Grogil goes for the pack.
Can I search him? Can I search him for traps? Booby traps?
I go in for the pack.
Give me a quick investigation, Traego, and then Grogil, as you come up, Arid sees him moving forward, and he reaches down at the same time, and your hands come down there at the same time. Give me a strength check.
That's an 18
Grogil.
for me.
18? 18. Yeah, you don't notice anything strange about the pack.
All right, so I got a strength test.
Strength test. Yep.
26.
Okay. Arid goes to reach for the pack,
overkill.
and you push him aside and grab the pack yourself and lift it up.
I pull out whatever. I go digging in it.
Okay, you go digging in, and you see a certain different odds and ends, but your hands immediately land upon a circular, round, smooth object, and you pull it out, and he, in his pack, has a medallion that looks exactly like the ones that you guys have received.
I put it in my pack. I put it in my pouch.
Place in your pouch. Arid seeing this. Arid seeing this medallion. As you pull it out, you all see the medallion. Arid sees this, and he says, "Very well." And he goes down and reaches to try to pick up Graywater and help him up to his feet.
Can we untie him?
If you'd like.
That's not for me to
Untie
decide.
him. I'd say.
But we know that he was planning an assassination, right? Didn't he tell us that?
No,
he
he's
knew
telling
it would
us
be an
now that
assassination. He knew it.
he's like a
He knew
triple
it was
agent.
happening.
He was like double playing both sides, kind of. Which
So
I
we
can
actually don't know
respect.
what's going on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask what's his name?
Aaron?
Do you know where Melthon is?
Melathon's over in Theondir Keep. We've been told to come back to the keep to meet Feuerbrand, to
All
meet
right.
Melathon after we have find you.
Firebrand is not at the keeper at the moment.
Feuerbrand is at the keep, waiting for us.
Okay, they're both at the keep.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, all right, let's go.
All right, Era gestures to the other two
but-
soldiers, and he says, "Pick up this other one, bring him along with us. We're gonna have him."
we'll untie
get interrogated."
Graywater, Graywater, but keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Keep the other guy tied up. But we all like. I'm looking at Aaron like. We are a part of this. They are with us. You are just escorting us to the keep.
Okay.
Okay.
So Arid, as you loosen the knots on the rope, they fall to the floor, and he stands up, feeling better after he was restored. Picks up the pack that he has there, giving something of a look to Grogil, but not really wanting to challenge him to get his medallion back. Puts the pack on, grabs his daggers on the floor, puts those back into his sheath. And now begins to follow Arid out.
Yeah.
The other two soldiers grab the knot character and begin walking with him.
Yeah, on our way
over
out,
to the
Matt,
main stairway. Yeah.
there's a dead lackey or two in the other room, right? Or is it just the
the
captain?
one? Just the one that.
Well, because there's the
there's
captain.
two. Yeah, there's two. There's the captain and then the one that.
I already searched the captain.
Right. I don't want to search the lackey. I want to use my disguise kit on Graywater to make him look as close to that dead lackey as I can before we take him out of.
Before you
the
take him
building.
out, yeah.
So
Okay, so you start to work on him. Arid is pauses for a second, and yes, you what's the meaning of this?
All right.
What's the meaning of this, Niv?
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to go parading this guy through town.
Yeah, you're probably right, Niv. I trust your leadership, he says, and he lets you do your thing.
And as they're doing this, I'm kind of hanging back, and I'm gonna point at Bholen and message him. I'm gonna stay back and grab these other chests.
I was just gonna suggest that. Too.
Check these other chests. You guys go ahead without me. I know
Okay.
where the keep is. I will follow as soon as I can.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys start walking out, and Arid says, he turns to you, Traego, and he says, "I'll be sending the other soldiers down here to do a little bit of
Yes.
recon and look around a little bit.
Send them out.
Take care of these bodies."
Send them out in groups of 3 and search for anybody, because they were all dressed like as the soldier and the captain, kind of, right, that we killed.
Yeah, they're all in these sort of dark robes. Yeah.
Anybody that's dressed like this, take them to the keep immediately, but take them to us and Melathon. No one else.
Okay. Very well.
Okay.
That sounds like a reasonable plan. And he
And
walks up with the
for the-
soldier.
With that dead guy that I made Graywater look like,
Mhm.
can I take out my dagger and just like fuck up his face real bad?
Mhm.
So that
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
you got a
anyone
fucking twisted
who
streak.
anyone who gets snooping doesn't, they can't put
Suggest
2
the
and 3
thing.
together.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Wow.
You guys head
Damn,
up of the spiral staircase. You come back
That
into
is
the top
deep.
of the In Vino Veritas, and you walk out together. Now Traego is behind in the basement, and the rest of you are following out. You come out into this large courtyard area in front of In Vino Veritas, and in the
Surrounded by
central
soldiers.
city square. And there are 35 or 40 soldiers here. And Arid immediately barks out commands for them to split up and to go in all directions and to try and chase down these other not individuals who look like the two that you're bringing out with them. And so the soldiers break up in groups of 3 and they begin to take off in different parts of the city. And now the 3 soldiers, or Arid and the 2 soldiers and the rest of you, begin to head towards Theondir Keep. And that's a good place for us to take a 5-minute break. We'll take a pee break, and then we'll come back to Traego and to the rest of you guys. As you come
And
back.
Matt, I want me searching to be just me and you,
Okay,
just for now.
let's do that.
'Cause
Let's do that
they don't
now.
know I found the peridot dust, right?
Let's do that now, and then when we're done,
Okay.
we'll take a break. Yep.
Okay.
Sounds
All
good.
right. So I'm gonna go to the the one that was next to the one that I already searched, and I'm gonna check that for traps.
Yep. You check that one for traps. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
I rolled a 1, but I get my lucky because I'm a halfling, so I can re-roll it on ability checks. 13.
13. That one also has a slight hint of a trap.
Okay, I'm gonna go to disarm that then.
Okay.
And that is
dexterity there.
Dexterity. Just dexterity, or do I do the proficiency bonus as well? I don't remember.
Do you have proficiency?
I have proficiency with disguise, thieves' tools, and one other kit, I think. So it would be with proficiency.
And we said that with proficiency, yeah.
Maybe that's one thing we double check on, just so we know for sure in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, thieves' tools, forgery, and disguise. Oh, 16. That would be a 20 without my proficiency bonus.
And that's more than enough as well to sort of click open the trap to move the latch aside, and you're able to swing it open. And there inside of this one, you also see on the ground, on the bottom of it, this one's felt lined this time. There are 15 vials of peridot dust.
And there's nothing else, just the peridot dust?
Just the peridot dust in the bottom.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over to the other one and check it for traps.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 10.
A 10. This one doesn't seem to have any traps on it.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Okay. As you open it, there is actually a sprinkler trap in it that goes off immediately, and it fires out this sort of this poisonous kind of dust or gas. And let me go ahead and roll this, Traego. You immediately take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And this noxious gas comes over you. You are now poisoned and blind.
I knew it was gonna fucking happen.
You can't see anything. 6 points of damage. You are poisoned and you're blind.
Okay. Do I get a Constitution check on that? Well,
Hey, are we good or not?
Not quite yet.
How do you want to do this, Matt? You want me to keep going? What the hell is that?
tell me what you'd like to do, and then we'll see if we should or what you have in mind. How do you want to deal with this?
This could kill me if I don't save.
It could.
If I don't, and I never told those guys to wait back for me. I'm going to. How long has it been since those guys left?
Just a matter of minutes.
Okay, so they're going to be far enough away that I can't message them. It's 120 feet.
They actually are close enough that you could message them.
Okay. I can cast through solid objects if I'm familiar with the target. No, it's beyond a barrier. It might be too much, because I'm underground, right?
You are under the wooden floor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
through wood.
God damn it. And I'm blind, so I'm going to try to make my way. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make my way up to the normal stairs, to where how we came in. I'm gonna try to. I feel like I should have a pretty good sense of my direction.
All right, give me an athletics check. You have disadvantage, however.
Give me a good roll. Come on, give me a good roll. Okay, so 16, but my athletics is, so it's a 14.
Okay, you're able to fumble your way over to the spiral staircase and to be able to enter it and to come upstairs through this latch as the poison is starting to set into your bloodstream now, and you can feel the effects of it.
And I'm going to, I know the direction. I'm going to see if I can't message Bholen.
Okay. We'll stop there.
Okay.
All right. Short break. right, guys, let's get back into where we were. We had just defeated these members of the Knot, and Arid Stildrad came as a response to the communication that Bholen sent out. And now you are all heading back to Theondir Keep with some of the soldiers. Traego is behind in the basement, still looking around, as the rest of the soldiers are shortly going to be joining him in the building, and also to be looking around. So go ahead and let's continue from there.
So, I don't remember I don't have my notes that do we know that Graywater actually is playing both sides, or what exactly did he?
We know that he was working with the Knot. We know that he was commissioned by Mehnalis.
So we're not sure exactly where his loyalties lie, but it seems to us, as of right now, he's playing both sides.
But if he was undercover by Mehnalis and was it infiltrated the Knot, they figured it out because obviously they wanted to kill him.
Right. Yeah.
So they want to try to kill him for betraying him.
So I think we need to kind of on our walk back, we need to be pulling Graywater aside and look, dude, you better start talking about what the fuck's going on.
Well, that's why I want to get us with just us and Melathon. Because we don't know.
Melathon?
Aren't you dying on a floor?
Graywater.
Yeah, Graywater. It's just us with
we don't
Graywater,
know that.
But Melathon. With Melathon. Because Melathon is kind of the connection to all this. But if we can get some more, you're right, if we can get some more information beforehand.
So, Matt, how far is the walk back to the keep? How much time
so you guys are it's probably a good hour and a half, 2 hour walk to get back to the keep. And as you guys are leaving, Bholen, suddenly you receive a strange message.
Okay. What is it? What is it?
Trapped, poisoned, blind. Help.
Okay.
And obviously the rest of us don't know that. Haven't heard that.
Yeah.
So many things I could have done. I just I remembered when we went on break, Matt. I remembered oh, I can do that with my mage hand.
Mage hand, yep.
I totally forgot about that. And
So
I'm going to keep walking, but as we're walking, I'm going to slowly, purposely be making my way to the back of the group.
Okay, yep.
And then I'm just going to, once I get to the very back and nobody's looking at me, I'm just going to turn around and look it back.
Okay, give me a quick stealth check with advantage.
So are all the 40 other soldiers out looking for those Knot guys, and it's just us?
Yep. It's just
Graywater and the 3 soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically Arid and the other 2 soldiers.
21.
21. Okay.
Nice. So
you, as the group is walking now through the square, heading over towards the bridge area, heading towards the keep area, you're able to slide off the back and to disappear behind them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run as fast as I can back to the
winery.
bar. The winery,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head back. Where are you? The bar. You guys are always about bars. Where are you going in? Are you going in the side door, or are you going in the normal store?
This is the normal way.
Okay. You walk.
Go down through the secret door.
Okay, as you walk into the normal store, you come through the main door, just as a handful of other soldiers are coming in as well. And they're standing before you, fumbling around. You see Traego.
In the store?
He's in the store now.
Oh.
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you all right? What happened?
I got trapped. I'm blind, and I suspect that I'm poisoned.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll it out.
15.
15. He's sweating, and his eyes are really crazy, and he's blinking, and he's telling the truth. He's got an air of desperation in his voice as well.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll. What's that? I'll cast Healing Word on him.
Healing Word. Does Healing Word remove poison?
That's what I'm looking for. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't think. Well, hold on. Wait. No, I'm not. I'm going to pull. I'm going to stealthily pull out a bottle of Theondir Thunder.
Okay.
All right.
What are you gonna say?
Just drink this. This is a healing potion.
All right, I gotta do an
It's been a
insight
good
check
run,
on that.
Chad.
I gotta do an insight check on this.
Let's do a contest here. Give me a persuasion Bholen with advantage.
Yeah, he's
Traego, you're desperate. You got disadvantage.
With advantage?
You have advantage, Bholen. Go with advantage. Traego, go with disadvantage because you are desperate.
Don't even roll. Don't even roll. My disadvantage is pretty bad. I rolled a 2, so I take and I chug it.
He could roll 2 1s. Roll 'em.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true
That's
too.
very true. I didn't roll 2 1.
Okay, Traego, give me a Constitution check.
Oh fuck.
You are at disadvantage. No, that you don't need. Let's see. No, at normal, not a disadvantage.
Okay, my Constitution.
Is this like 4 Loco? Is he drinking like 4 Loco?
Yeah.
Are you guys still inside of the store?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I'm an 8.
An 8. Okay. Bholen, roll me a D300.
Oh.
So roll me
Off the
a
table.
D100, a D100 3 times.
Yeah, but you can't do
So you have your percentile die, the one that has the 0 on it.
You can
Yeah.
do 2 10-siders.
Yeah, 2 10-sided. 3
But
10-sided.
one-
Yeah, there you go. That one.
option.
Yeah. And then
This
the
is
other
a
one with it.
percentile die.
Yeah. So and then roll the other normal 10-sided. Roll that one.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's my This is. the
It'll
10,
give you
this is the one.
like 90 plus 4 or whatever,
Oh,
94.
Jesus. I get to roll it 3 times.
3 times. Yep.
Well,
Just tell me the numbers as
yeah.
you
All
roll
right,
them.
help me with the math.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
So I roll. So double 0 and 9.
That's 109.
No, it can't be
No,
under.
that's a
Is
9.
it? No,
It's a
sorry,
9.
sorry. 9. Yeah. What am I
Just
thinking?
9. Just 9.
Okay. 9. Yep.
25
25. Okay. 36.
34.
and 88.
34. Sorry. 88.
122.
122. All right. Give me a second here.
Math was over
Is
there.
that how much
No.
damage?
No, 88 and 34.
That's gonna kill you. That will destroy you.
Is that how much damage I'd take?
Like I'm destroyed.
no,
city block.
no.
It's an effect.
He's on the table.
It's a list
Okay.
of effects. Come on. 10,000 experience.
Come on, giant penis.
Yeah, giant. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Bholen, roll me a D4 as well.
Oh, thank you.
Indeed.
Oh no, you didn't cure me or anything.
No, I did not do that. 3.
3. Okay. As Traego ingests this liquid, you see him get incredibly calm. And this look of peace and serenity comes across his face, as if all the poison has disappeared. And after a couple seconds, a slight light begins to move around his legs and to spin and twist around him. And before you know it, this whole effervescent light is wrapping around his body and creating something like an orb around him. And there's a flash of light and a bolting and a crack of lightning and smoke. And as the smoke clears, Traego,
Oh God.
Shit
for the
is
next
bad.
5 minutes, you have been turned into a fire elemental. Fire now is coming off of your body. It is blazing around you. And unfortunately now, the In Vino Veritas is entirely made out of wood. The wooden floor now.
Wood and alcohol.
Into fire.
I immediately head to the fireplace.
You immediately head to the
You're
fireplace.
you're inside the store.
Shit, no, I'm in.
You're okay, dude. Tim's got to get out of there.
As you run to the fireplace, you dive into the fireplace. But at this point, every step you take, you're getting closer and closer. Let me actually show you what the store looks like. Hold on a second.
I forgot that I was upstairs. I'm upstairs.
He's upstairs.
I'm upstairs, so I'm just gonna go out.
The fireplace. Actually, there's a fireplace upstairs as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
The fireplace is connected.
All right.
So, Kerrhylon, you were actually right on when you thought maybe we should take the fireplace. That would have been an escape route for you guys, because the fireplace comes up to the top of the store as well. Let me show you what that actually looks like. Give me a second here.
None of you know this is happening either.
Yeah, we're just
Right.
walking around.
You guys are just walking back to the keep. You're gonna see a massive explosion in the distance.
It's like you're gonna come flying at us. Like
Good game,
Like a
Tim.
cannonball. Oh my god.
you drove the damage for yourself. That's what happened, right?
I don't know.
So
I think there was like a chance, like,
well, I should be able to control it a little bit, right?
huh?
You've never had it
Yeah.
before. How do you don't even know what
Yeah,
it's
I don't know what I'm doing, I guess.
So, do you know you're a fire elemental, or are you just like
What the?
crazy sure? Oh,
I'm glad that he has the stuff for it at
Yeah.
least. Okay, yeah, like
oh, no.
okay, he does an interesting.
Oh my god, we are all dead.
So hold on 1 second. Let me just move a couple of things.
That is not what I expected. I didn't think that was
Goof. Dick.
Yeah, you thought maybe I'd get really drunk and like pass out or something, and not turn into a god. How many bottles of this shit do we have?
4 now. Now down to 4. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't even remember how we got to Theondir Thunder.
Oh.
We got it
That
from
old
the.
man in Mittendorf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the same guy that gave us the Mittendorf Merriment.
Right, wasn't it? Or
No,
was
we
it?
got it from the guy who put the ring on. The alchemist did. No.
We get it from.
Where did we get the Theondir Thunder?
We got it from the alchemist we went and saw when what's his bucket?
You got it
bucket stopping.
from Galen Trudon, who is the Veriman's brother.
Who's dead, right?
Oh yeah.
Veriman's dead. You guys killed him in Mittendorf.
Yeah.
Okay, and I lied to
Came
him.
back
And
as a
I lied to
bitch.
him and said that his brother was doing great.
As I recall, I think Bholen said he's doing great, and Niv said never better.
Payback is a bitch.
So basically,
Karma is
you
a
can
bitch.
see here there's a rug, a massive carpet rug in the center of the store. There's wooden barrels and wooden crates lining the walls. The
Filled with
floor is
liquor.
itself a creaky, rickety old wooden floor. And everywhere that Traego, now fire elemental, has touched, now bursts into flames. The soldiers who are walking behind you stop in the door, scream, and turn around and run the other direction. Bholen, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Now, does Chad know he is an earth elemental? Like, is he still?
Fire.
He's a
Does
fire
he know that?
elemental. He
Do
has
I
no
know?
idea what
Is he
happened.
still
Yeah,
blind?
am I still blind and poison? That's my big question.
No, Traego, your poison and your blindness has been resolved, but for all you know at this point, you are on fire as you cast yourself into the fireplace. Bholen, give me a dexterity saving
yeah,
throw.
I'm gonna do that.
Well, I'm already on fire. Can't get any worse. Dive into the fireplace.
Dexterity? Saving
Shock the world, bitch. Shock the world.
throw. 15.
15. Okay, so you are able to jump backwards as these flames sort of overtake you, and you move towards the entrance here of the room.
Okay, so am I in pain, Matt? I can see and I'm not poisoned. Am I in pain?
You're
Does
not
it
in
hurt?
pain. You're not in pain.
Okay,
But
so
you're freaking out because your body
I'm
is
screaming,
burning.
I'm like, this is like, put me out, put me out. Why doesn't it hurt? I still am I still my own body, or do I turn it like to an actual like flame, or?
You turn actually into the form of a fire elemental. You are basically flames at this point.
Right. And then do I notice like my arms are like completely different than what they normally would be?
You hold your arms out in front of you, and you don't see your arms. You see just flames in the shape of a humanoid form, but there's flames in shape of hands and arms and fingers.
Okay, I could have fun with this.
For five rounds, you said, Matt?
5 minutes.
5.
So, do I notice the carnage that I have caused? What else is going? Is there anybody else in the wine shop? Like,
Bholen is at the door, but the entire shop now is burning. It's in flames.
Can he fly? Can he like rise up and fly above the? Like,
he can move
like,
around.
Like, I'm gonna try testing out. Can I, from a distance, can I like absorb the flames and make them like less like?
No, I mean the store is burning pretty badly. It's in flames, yeah.
And there's nobody else in the store?
Bholen's the only one. He's at the door, screaming in at you.
There weren't any soldiers in there with us?
There were, but they took around. They saw this happen, and they turned around and booked it back out into the square,
Okay.
screaming and shouting for help. I'm assuming.
Okay, so I don't have any abilities with this. I'm just on fire, but it's not killing me, pretty much.
It's not killing you, no.
You should have all the abilities that a
I'll have an elemental.
You have all the abilities that a fire.
You can rise up. You can fly, dude. Can't you?
You can move through narrow spaces an inch wide.
But I can't. Can I control fire? Like, I can't do anything. I can't control the fire that's already started. I can't like lessen it.
No, I'm gonna say that no. It's spreading. It's spreading.
Okay.
Because if you touch any creature, you cause them fire damage. So I'm assuming any objects you touch are going to receive fire damage, which means they're burning.
If it's
you are a menace to society right now.
Well, okay, what's on the outside of the building then? Is the building like touching other buildings?
Yeah, it's touching a ton of other buildings.
Oh,
it's stone around it. At this point, the inside of the building is burning.
Fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Okay,
like
Mrs. O'Leary's cow.
I'm going to.
Here's the end of the campaign. Chad burns down all of Theondir.
I am a god.
I'm going to undo the cylinder, the communication cylinder.
Oh, jeez.
And to scream, there's a fire. There's a fire in the In Vino Veritas. Send help now. Fire.
Holy shit!
That's rather ironic that you contact Feuerbrand. Feuer, the name of fire in German. And Feuerbrand is confused. What are you saying? What are you saying, Bholen? What is happening?
Why did I give him that thing?
It's been an attack.
It's been an attack.
Where are you? Where are you, Bholen?
We're at the In Vino Veritas.
Get to the chopper!
Send fire suppression help immediately.
What do you need? How can we help you?
God damn it! Send some help!
I'll send the nearest mages in Kari I can. It may take several hours.
Yeah, I'll just hang up. And run.
God damn it.
I mean.
Okay.
Bholen takes off out of the.
So I'm worried about this collapsing on me, and that could still kill me.
That could kill you, and if I'll just mention this to you right now. If the when the fire elementals whatever this spell, whatever happened to you, when that ends up, if you're still in the middle of the In Vino Veritas, you'll be taking fire damage.
Yeah. Can I? So you said I can fly. Can I try to like float up through the chimney?
You can hover around. Yeah, I mean you could go up the chimney. I'll say that.
Try to hover around the chimney.
Okay, so you begin to move up the chimney, and you're coming up. The flames are growing in the Vino Veritas now. I mean, this store is it's entirely engulfed now. The floor is burning. The floor, and now holes are happening in the floor, and fire is dropping down to the basement level. And the casks of wine now are starting to catch on fire as well. And there's also carpet down in the basement. That's starting on fire. The crates in the basement are starting on fire. Now the fire has engulfed the entire basement.
At least wine isn't like explosively flammable.
No. And Traego,
Like,
you
if
make
it was
your
like
way
really
out
hard
of the
whiskey,
chimney. You make your way out of the chimney, and the people celebrating and revelry. They've had too much to drink. They look, and suddenly they see this amazing flame burst out.
Oh yeah, what time of day is it?
Is it nighttime? Is it daytime?
Yeah, like we didn't meet that woman till midnight.
Yeah, it's like 3 in the morning.
God. Oh,
Oh
shit!
fuck,
I
that's
thought it was the
okay.
middle of the day.
And people are out there still celebrating because it's the new harvest and it's the tri-decade celebration coming up, and they are celebrating. But suddenly now the sky is illuminated by this bright flame that shoots out of the chimney.
Do we notice that? Like back in the group, do we notice it?
Can they see it?
Give me a perception check. You guys actually aren't that far away.
Ooh.
I got a 15.
Traego?
I'm the one that's on fire.
I got a
Oh, sorry.
6.
Iv. 6. Kerrhylon, you notice a flash of light behind you in the middle of this darkness that shouldn't be in the middle of the night.
Okay.
You turn around and you see something of a flame licking out of the top of the chimney of the In Vino Veritas.
Damn it. As I
Alright.
get out of the chimney,
You have 3 minutes left, Traego.
okay, as I get out of the chimney, I'm looking around for water, like any like body of water.
Wait a minute. You take
I'd like
damage
to-
if you hit water.
Yeah, dude, don't.
Wait, if I take damage,
that'll kill
if
you.
I
You
hit
take
water,
damage if you hit water.
Anywhere.
Water
Oh.
susceptibility. For every 5 feet the elemental moves in water, or for every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage.
1.
do I know this? Like,
So if
would
you
I
go to
know
a-
this?
No, you wouldn't.
No, you
Oh,
wouldn't.
that.
Okay,
Your instinct
Dude,
would
wait.
be to jump in the water.
Yeah.
You go to a
that-
freaking
that- well,
reservoir,
it's-
you're dead.
like, is there any like a fountain or anything?
Drinking
Not in
fountain?
the central square. No, there's the huge monument in the middle of the central square.
Is there
Oh
anywhere
my
that's
God,
just
there's
like?
that huge fountain that's right there.
Is there anywhere near that is like? There's nobody and nothing I could light on fire.
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you got
like,
plenty,
stone,
you got plenty of stone
ground
in the
and, like,
square. Plenty of stone in the square.
realize the stone's
There's some
hot enough to
there's some
explode.
stables around you, but those are wooden buildings. There's some troughs there with
go light
water
the hay
outside
on
the
fire.
stables. There's horses that are drinking from troughs, but those are also wood.
I want to get away from anything that can burn me, that I can burn.
Okay,
What's your alignment, Chad? Play your alignment.
Yep.
Yeah, I
So-
know, but I'm also not a psycho.
You're
fucking
freaking
fuck.
out, probably.
so you
Yeah, I'm
you
freaking
you
out,
creep,
like, I gotta get
you
away.
creep
Like,
your
I
way
don't want
down
anything fire.
along the chimney. You want to come down along the chimney and slide onto the roof and kind of come down to the ground then?
Well, with the chimney, so I'm thinking like chimneys, like when you see a chimney in like the building burnt, the chimney still stands.
Yeah.
I just fucking hang out on top of the chimney.
Okay.
Will that? Will? That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, I have no idea because I don't want to cause any more damage.
How many
It's up to
pages
you.
do you
You
have
can
written for
try
this,
it.
man?
Do you
You're
want to
gonna
try it?
You're gonna be stuck on top of the chimney when the whole
Yeah,
fucking thing's
that's
on fire and you change.
Fuck! I don't know what to do. Damn it, Tim! I want to try to get on the ground and get away from people, get away from anything that can burn. I just want to be like on a hard stone surface, and then just
So you're gonna slide down the chimney onto the roof and then down to the ground?
can I fly? Can I like float down?
You sure can, but you're gonna be floating across the thatch roof as you go down towards the ground.
Fuck!
Let it burn, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's like like it's not gonna do any more damage because that's gonna burn down.
And the,
Right?
the thatch is already starting to catch from
Yeah.
underneath.
So I'm
So
I'm
that's
gonna
starting to
go.
smolder and to burn.
I'm not going to go anywhere near any other buildings or any other wood structures or anything that can burn. I just want to get on the ground
I'm fucking crying.
and away from
Okay, so you slide down off of the thatch roof, which ignites on fire now even more, and so the whole roof of the In Vino Veritas is burning. You slide down onto the ground, onto the cobblestone stone. Nothing else is burning there, but the crowd, seeing this happen, becomes terrified. You hear shrieks begin to run in every direction. There is a stampede out of the courtyard, and 8 people are trampled and fall over, and you hear them scream as they're lying down on the ground as the crowd is sort of dispersing and running, and you see 8 people lying on the cobblestone screaming, and the fire now is beginning to spread across the roof and getting dangerously close to the building next to it.
So do we?
2 minutes left.
Do the crowd? Do they run through us too?
You guys suddenly hear this loud shrieking noise as you look back and you see crowds beginning to run directly at you guys.
All right. Oh God.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Fucking damn it.
All right. So how long till the crowd hits us?
You got about 15, 20 seconds.
Okay. So when the crowd hits us, I want to pull out my short sword, put it against Graywater's neck, and push him out of the group we're in and put it against the wall, and I need to ask him some questions.
Okay, so as this crowd comes screaming at you, you quickly push him aside with a sword up against his neck. The crowd runs past you screaming and shrieking. A few more people fall down as they're tripped and trampled. Nobody's killed at this point, but they're hurt, lying down. And there you have Graywater up against the wall.
And I said, you better start talking, pal. You better explain what's going on, because you're either a double agent or you're really good at your job. Start talking.
Do I see this happen?
Give me a perception check. And I'll roll for Arid as well. And the soldiers.
I need to stop using that dice. 6.
You don't notice this, but Arid does. Arid notices this. Arid sees you push him to the side, and Arid turns and follows you over to the wall. So Kerrhylon just pushed Graywater up against the wall as the crowds ran past him, and Arid follows him over. Arid puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "What do you have planned here?"
I need answers. You better start talking.
He looks to Graywater. Graywater looks back at you. "What do you need to know?" says Graywater.
Wait, you not run into the fire?
What? Yeah, I took over.
Okay.
Are you
notice
working
the fire?
Well, the crowds hit us. I used that as a chance to get him up alone.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
You need to tell me what's going on with what's the knot? What are you working for them or are you working for us?
"I only work for Melathon," he says.
What is this? What is this medallion?
"I received it from Melathon.
What does it do?
Gives me access. Access to military.
Access to military? What do you mean?
Access to military establishments. It gives me a certain sense of authority if I need it. If I ever get in trouble with soldiers because my cover's blown with a knot, I have authority with this medallion. I can use it."
So it's like the medallion you had.
Yes.
What?
Okay.
What?
Well, because he had 2 medallions.
So it's magical, though. I can
there's an
tell
amulet.
it's magical. It makes
Oh,
the amulet.
are you talking about the amulet, or are you talking
Yes,
about?
no, the amulet. I'm sorry, the amulet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
sorry.
the medallion that he got. The
No.
medallion gives him authority.
Yeah,
the
okay.
amulet.
So I go, my bad. Amulet.
The amulet, as I told you, the amulet it has a trace of the magical essence of the blade of the triumvirate.
Okay, what does that
For
mean?
tracing the blade.
Retracing the blade? Is that what you said?
For tracing the blade. For following the blade. For knowing where the blade is.
Does it like glow like brighter when we get close?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so what's the knot planning? What's going on?
I told you everything. Assassination attempt. I don't know much more than that. They're planning an assassination for the tri-decade celebration. That's all I know. I don't know who's carrying it out. All I know is that the idea is the blade of triumvirate is to be used in order to fulfill the prophecy of some sort. I don't believe in any of that mystical mumbo jumbo, but it's enough of a story to convince at least a good portion of the knot to follow through with this plan.
And so, how did they know that those soldiers, those wood elves, they were the knot? Why were they trying to kill you?
They found out.
Okay, who's Yennefer? What did that guy say?
Genevieve?
Genevieve,
yeah.
Genevieve is a leader of one of the groups of the knot. They're not all connected together, but the more fundamentalist group that believes in these prophecies and believes in this magic. She and her brother are involved in leading
Brother?
that group.
We're
What's your
dealing
brother's
with
name?
terrorists.
Crap, let me look it up. I just forgot it, but I have it right here.
What kind of chips, Tim?
Goldfish.
Are you 12?
Here we go. Yeah.
Goldfish are fucking good.
Genevieve's brother, Traego.
Tycho. Okay.
Both
When-
of them
when-
received. Both of them have received the name Terravin.
And where are they located? Where's their hideout? What?
That I do not know.
Matt, you said they received the name Terravin?
Yeah.
What do we know? As I've heard that before, is that
You know, Terravin is the name of the continent, the mainland that you guys came from.
okay?
So, in some strange reason, they have assumed that name as their
Alright.
last name, their surname.
Okay, so I'm gonna let him go and say, all right, that's enough. Watch out for the crowd.
And since I didn't notice
That was
any of this,
immediate.
as the crowd is running by, can I try and just pick some pockets as people bump into me?
Jeez.
Go for it. Give me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Oh, by the way, I need Sora up against me because I don't want her to get trampled.
14.
14. Yeah, you're able to grab the pockets of one person. You pull out a little pouch. In the pouch, you open it up, and there's a
Fire elemental potion.
there's a total
Yeah.
of 18 silver and a smaller pouch inside of that,
Coke.
a larger pouch.
Yeah.
Can I pop that smaller pouch open?
Yeah, you
Just
you
chuck
pop
the
it
larger
open
pouch.
And he
It
turns
looks-
into a
it
water
looks,
elemental.
It looks like something like some kind of tobacco of sorts.
Okay.
Do they
They
have?
got
They got weed?
D&D.
Jesus.
I just so happen to know a guy who has a light.
Traego, 1 minute left.
All right, let's
On
get
your
back
fire
to the
elemental.
circus.
Yeah, let's get back to everybody dying.
Matt. So I just want a quick turn. I want to
Yeah.
trip someone who's in the crowd.
Okay. Give me an athletics check with
Excuse
I
me.
advantage.
feel like this
somebody.
ends badly.
Trip like
You
6.
think?
Better not be a soldier.
Stampeding death.
13. Okay, yeah, you successfully trip up a smaller-looking man who looks terrified. He falls down on his
6-year-old
face. He looks
child.
over at you and tries to get up
Loses
again,
her balloon.
running desperately away from this fire.
I let it go.
Okay. So
He just
Traego,
looks down.
as you're making your way down here onto the stone, after a few seconds now, you begin to feel once again that something is happening to your body. You look down, and once again, your body is now surrounded by this golden light that you had before. And once again, this globe comes around you, this ball of energy, and there's a crack of lightning, and this and smoke goes up in the air.
Oh,
And
no,
as it fades
happens
away,
again?
Traego, you're sitting there on the ground. Your form
Naked.
has been returned to your halfling. All your clothing has been burned up, and you are buck naked, lying on the cobblestone with burnt stones all around you. The remaining revelers who were not afraid by the fire, sitting there with their drinks, look at you and begin laughing hysterically.
And the building collapsed.
All right. First question:
That is badass.
Is
The fight
everything
with the
else?
fire behind him.
Are like my leather packs and everything? Are they good? Do I lose everything that I had on me? Like, what do I have?
You started a building on fire from 30 feet away. Everything's gone.
We'll say this. We'll say this. Though your immediate clothing that was touching your skin was burnt up, I'll allow you to have your pack left. So, well, just for the sake of simplicity,
That
Just a
could've-
little burned.
you can have your items.
I think the real question is
it's
how
good
long
leather.
is your dong?
I immediately
He's not poisoned,
I
right?
immediately.
He's not poisoned
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
You're healed. You can see. You're not poisoned.
I'll
I
just
look
look
down.
up.
I'm like,
I'll look
I
over
like
to
cover
him
up my
and-
junk, and I what do you say? I didn't hear him.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Welcome back.
I immediately dash for the nearest alleyway with my pack,
Yep.
and
I have a set of common clothes. that
I have my disguise, my disguise with me in my
He
pack.
weighs 30 pounds, man. Like,
Yeah.
So you can disguise yourself to look like someone else who's naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, wouldn't his pack be
No,
inside the Vino Veritas, the wine store?
What's that?
Wouldn't his pack be in the wine? Didn't he drop, or did you keep it with you?
I had my pack on me.
Oh.
Well, I mean, this is fairly uncharted territory with the Theondir Thunder, but we'll say this that it preserves the items that you have on you in a sort of protected form, a magically protected form.
What
Your
the
clothing,
clothes?
however, that was
Gone.
that got up.
none of us want to deal with him going to a shop to replace everything. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, good point.
Basically, yeah.
Well, because I have an extra set of clothes, like fancy clothes.
And you have some good items in there too. Okay, so you're able to
I'm
put on
gonna-
your fancy clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my fancy clothes on. I'm gonna put my Duke's ring on, my signet ring. Is my hair? Did my hair burn off?
Your hair's okay. Yeah, your hair
Okay.
returns as part of
I'm
your
gonna
normal form.
try to comb my
All
hair.
of his hair?
Christ.
and all of you turn and look, and suddenly, stepping around the corner in regal clothing comes Baron Bramblewood.
Actually, Matt, it's a Duke's signet ring. I don't know if that makes a difference, so I'm gonna change it to Bramblewood. But yes.
This is so fucked.
Wow.
I come around.
Do it again. Do it again.
I come around the corner.
Give him another
And I-
potion.
No. I come around the corner and I see Bholen standing there, and I walk up to him like, "Dear God, what happened here? Who
See
set
Baron
the fire?"
Bramblewood come up to you.
Building is still on fire, by the way.
The roof is now collapsing into the In Vino Veritas, collapsing all the way to the basement. The store is entirely destroyed. There's
None of
nothing
the buildings
is
around
salvageable.
the buildings around it are fine.
As the roof collapses inward, the fire goes to the basement,
Okay,
so
good.
the other buildings are fine.
Whew.
But the In Vino Veritas is entirely destroyed.
All that wine, man.
So much wine. Well, Tim, Bholen, you still have a bottle of wine on your hand?
You?
Well,
Oh.
do you still have that bottle of wine that you
What I
had
had?
before?
Sure.
Hey,
It's
Matt.
suddenly
we
worth
just
a
wrote
lot
a
of money now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the bottle
Wrote
that's
a
in his
whole,
hand, and I'm gonna
like,
take
a
a
whole
swig of it.
Scarcity
campaign.
drives up the prices.
Price of the prices. That bottle's worth a ton of money now.
Is there a comic shop we can try to sell it at?
Oh gosh.
Oh God damn it!
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
So
So the
So all of
building
you are able to gather again. The crowds have run their course. They sort of mellowed out. They begin to sort of move away and go to other places. The soldiers.
Me, other than Bholen, are people like looking? Hey, that was a naked guy, or are they like?
No,
do they see
no,
me as
you successfully.
as the Duke?
Yeah,
as
as,
a noble-
the
as a
Duke,
noble
Baron
person. Okay.
Bramblewood.
As we walk back, I'm going to share the bottle of wine with
Yeah.
Bramblewood.
I'm making an insight check actually. Now that I think about it.
I'll take a drink in front of him. I'll drink
Okay.
a lot of it in front of him.
Okay, I'm like seriously like, what the fuck did you give me?
You're not poisoned?
I guess the might of Lathander has no bounds, my friend. It's,
Are you
it's
drinking?
You don't mind me
unpredictable.
saying,
and-
but Thander's got a really fucking sick sense of humor.
That was one heck of a remedy.
Yeah.
Are you drinking coffee, Tim?
yeah.
That cured me.
Co-
And so I take the bottle from him, and
Fun, I like.
I take the bottle from him, take a swig, and I ask him, so how much do you think that store cost? How much? I don't think we have the money to replace it, but I feel like maybe I should.
You know what I think? I think
What?
the Knot tried to kill us by burning us in that building when they attacked us. That's terrible
That is a
what they did.
Very good
Terrible.
point. I think I do remember seeing a couple soldiers of the knot running away. Tried to light me on fire.
We should ask Graywater what
Yeah.
what was the deal with that.
Who is there? Do they have a fire elemental?
That's what I. That's
Yeah. Okay. Wink,
What,
wink,
uni-
nudge,
what
nudge.
universe am I living in here?
Yeah.
And Graywater with his sword up to his neck and Arid next to him with Kerrhylon looks over and sees the collapsing roof of In Vino Veritas with a look of just horror on his face. And Arid says to you, all right, come on. We
All
gotta
right,
get
I
going.
let him go. Let's move on. It's like 3 a.m. now, right?
Yeah. it's-
I am drunk.
4:20.
I am drunk
Yeah.
right now.
We
And as you guys continue walking on, Bholen and Baron Bramblewood come sort of arm in arm, following the trail.
Mhm.
Skipping.
And
No, it's Duke.
what do
No,
you-
it's Duke, Matt. It's Duke now.
Duke
Yeah.
Bramblewood.
Duke.
No, actually, I'm gonna change it. It's Duke Baron Bramblewood. Baron is my first name now.
Von Bramble.
Baron von Bramblewood, but Duke Baron von Bramblewood.
Duke
is gonna be
Baron
my-
von
Duke
Bramblewood.
DB.
Wow.
Good
Okay.
old DB.
The
All right.
third, of course, the third.
The third.
So you guys are actually quite close to Theondir Keep at this point. It's 3:15 in the morning now. What would you like to do?
Do we recognize him as Traego or not?
His costume is not super awesome. It's decent enough from a distance, but as soon as they get closer and you see that Bholen's got his arm around him, you know immediately that it's Traego. You recognize him.
Okay.
But it's a little odd that he has different clothing on.
It's strange.
Yeah.
What the hell
so
happened, you guys?
when he walks up, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's a party.
Well,
What does it
a
look
party.
like?
A party that was crashed by a few more of the Knot members who apparently have a fucking fire elemental.
What? A
I
fire
got
elemental?
burned. Like, I'm lucky
We
I'm not
saw it.
dead.
I'm gonna
Saw
turn
it.
when I hear that. I'm gonna turn to Arid and be like, "I fucking told you needed to go capture those guys who escaped. Look what they did."
And Arid turns to you now and he says, he looks back at the collapsed In Vino Veritas and he says, I don't know what more you could expect of us. We sent our soldiers out. It's best we get going though. We got to get these two over to the keep.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna look at him like, well, you owe me a new set of clothes. I need, like, cause that was my armor. So like, you owe me armor now. Studded leather armor of the finest quality.
Talk to Feuerbrunt and talk to Kandar when we get there. When we get to the keep, I'm sure they can figure that out.
I will.
Speaking of which, Bholen, you called Feuerbrand.
I did. I told them that there was a fire.
Okay. Enough said.
We
When
got
While
up
walking
hard.
away, I kind of fist bump Bull. I'm like,
That's good. I'm gonna go. I want to go to bed. I'm fucking
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
Been a long
All right,
day.
are you heading to the keep, or are you going to stop at a different place before you get to the keep?
No, we should go to the keep.
Arid is going with the two
Brad
leading
will.
the soldiers.
so
Is-
it's gonna
is
be
it-
like 5 o'clock in the morning before we get to the keep, though, right?
But
Yeah, I mean you're pretty close actually. You're a lot closer. I looked on the map. You're a lot closer than I thought. It's not quite an hour.
but this was
So
like
you'll-
this was like our main purpose was to find Graywater and
Yeah.
That
and
was our
communicate. So
whole-
this
yeah,
is like
that was
our
whole
deal. Like
deal.
Now
So
we're
when-
gonna get
when
the
will
rest of
we-
our payment at least.
We had a time
Should.
limit to find him, right? How
Well,
long
we're-
is
yeah.
that time limit?
It's
Well,
the
we're in
day
front of
before,
it.
isn't it? Yeah, we beat the time limit.
yeah,
That's-
the
well,
morning
but that's
of.
what I'm thinking.
It's
Yeah.
still 3 days. It's still 3 days before
Yeah.
the tri-decade
Before the-
celebration.
nailed it.
Oh, we
God
should get a
damn.
bonus for going so
Yeah.
fast.
but we
Use that to
obviously don't-
rebuild the In Vino Veritas.
we obviously don't want to leave the captured soldier and Graywater
Right.
with Firebrand because we don't know 100%. We need to talk to Melathon for sure. So I think we all go to the keep at least to be on site if if anything happens or we
So
need to.
I'm gonna.
on our way, can I cast friends on this other soldier
Yeah.
as we're walking? Just slap him on the back with my crystal. We've known each other for quite a while now. Why don't you go ahead and tell me, why were you after Graywater? So I get, and then I'll cast Friends.
Okay.
Because is he still hostile? Is he still hostile towards us?
Still hostile towards you. Absolutely.
Okay, so I can't cast Friends then, because it has to be they aren't hostile towards me.
Right.
So.
Absolutely hostile. To you.
Never mind.
So I'm gonna tell the Duke what I learned from Graywater, just so he knows what's going on.
Okay, and then I got this down. The amulet that he had is like a homing beacon kind of for
the sword.
For the sword of the triumvirate.
Yep. So when it's in a certain proximity to the sword, it glows brighter, and the closer the brighter it glows.
Yeah, Genevieve is the leader of one of the cells of the knot with her brother Traego.
Yep.
And they both received the name Tavern, which is the name of the continent that we're at. Okay, I'm gonna walk up to Eric. What?
So we didn't see when he grabbed the amulet. When Kerrhylon grabbed the amulet, we didn't see his own amulet glow, right?
No,
you didn't.
Okay.
You didn't.
Okay.
No.
I tell the Baron just about the Genevieve and Tycho, and I don't tell him necessarily about the amulet. I mean about the amulet glowing.
Matt,
Yep.
I walk up to the soldier. I stick my dagger half an inch into his neck, and I tell him information now.
Into his neck there, and I'm gonna have to actually roll.
Do you want to live?
I'm gonna
that might have killed him.
I'm gonna roll for this. Okay.
And since I was standing right there, I'm just going to, he looks pretty serious. You might want to talk to him.
What would you like to know? He says.
What do we want to know, guys?
Do we hear
What do you want to know, Grogil?
Yeah.
Well,
At this point, Arid turns to you, Grogil, and he says, "I would advise you not to be touching the prisoner."
Straight through the neck. Straight through the neck.
No.
Immediately.
Stop. At that point, I will, because I'm standing right beside Grogil, right? Because I wanted to
cast Friends on Grogil.
No, I'm going to cast Friends. I'm going to cast Friends on Arid.
Okay.
And so that gives me, advantage on charisma checks. No, I'm going to try and convince Arid that they just want to talk. Let's let them talk and try and steer him away from Grogil and the soldier.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Please pass.
18.
Got it. Okay. So
And
Arid,
as me and Arid kind of walk off or whatever, I'm just gonna, whisper to Grogil, do what you can, and then we'll
I push
wander
it in
off.
another millimeter, Matt.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything new?
still alive. Arid softens up, lightens up, comes with you, Niv, and walks ahead of you and leaves the two to themselves. Grogil, what do you want to say?
Do the rest of us see this? Are they before us or behind us, or?
They're in front of you. I think you all see this.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of trot up and I'm gonna tell Grog, we need him alive. Don't kill him. But if you want, I'm pretty good at. I'm gonna try to intimidate the prisoner. I'm really good at causing pain. So let's take him aside
Chad,
for a minute.
you gotta roll dice. The dagger's gonna go through his neck.
Give him
Would that be a persuasion?
Yeah, give him persuasion. I'll set the DC here moderate.
19.
Okay, you got it.
Oh, liar.
There's a 13. I have a persuasion of 6. So
Got it. So he's able to persuade Grogil to chill out, to calm down a little bit.
And I'm gonna look at Grogil again. Does Grogil pull the dagger out?
He's still got it there.
Okay.
It's his intimidation tactic here.
You need to not kill people. Pain is much more of a. It's a much easier way to get information from.
Okay, you convinced me. I pulled the dagger out.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, and I look at thank you for showing restraint.
Blood is trickling down his neck now.
And I look at the prisoner. How many people are around us right now?
I mean, you guys are in this groups. The soldiers are with Arid, and Niv in front, and the rest of you are in a small group behind.
Okay, but there's
nobody else. There's nobody else around you on the street. They've kind
there's no rubber. Or it's okay. So I'm gonna look at him, and I'm like, I assure you, everything that I've told you isn't true. If you want to remain intact and whole and alive, you need to tell me everything that you know before we get to the keep, or else I won't be able to stop Grogil here from sticking that dagger all the way through your neck.
What?
Intimidation check with advantage.
Okay. Intimidation. Right now, I'm really glad you gave me.
So you know, Matt, friends. It says when it ends, the creature realizes you use magic to influence and becomes hostile toward you.
Okay.
15.
Uh-oh.
15.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh shit.
And how long is the duration on that one?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Ooh, gulp.
Okay.
Where's the fire emblem when you need one?
Yeah, right.
The prisoner is intimidated by you, and particularly Grogil. And he says, "What do you want to know?"
What?
You hungry?
Okay, what do we want to know?
Where?
First off, how many people are in the knot?
Nobody really knows. It's a dispersed organization. There could be hundreds. There could be thousands. I don't know.
Ask him what the purpose of it is. What?
Yeah.
What's its goal? What's the knot's goal? I don't know if I'm
Mehnalis
there.
wants to become governor. That's what.
I'm
I'm
gonna ask him
thinking.
how many in your particular cell. How many people are in your cell?
Those of us who are faithful to Genevieve, we're several hundred.
Several hundred in one group?
Those who are faithful to the prophecy, yes. I can't give you numbers, though. I don't know. We could be 300. We could be 350, 400. I don't know. I can't give you exact numbers. I don't know all the numbers, but those.
And what is the exact prophecy? Word for word, what's the prophecy that you're faithful to?
From destruction, the seeds of new life, he says. Quoting the last line on the monuments in the central city.
Okay, from the destruction. Did we write this down already? I remember something about this.
The meeting
Yeah,
of three.
Matt gave us that picture too.
Yeah, because I have the with the breath of Bahamut.
Well, the
kingdom
last
is born
line
with
is
whose
in
radiant light.
destruction, the seeds of new life. That's
So
the
we have it
last-
written down then? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and what do you believe this means?
So read me the whole last stanza there from
It
the
says,
monument.
But the hope of the mother, the seal of our fate, in destruction, the seeds of new life.
Yeah. He says, from the matriarchy will come the renewal of Theondir. The knot will reclaim the rightful power through the mother.
And who is this mother?
There's different stories. We don't know. We're not sure exactly.
And how does the Blade of the Triumvirate work into all this?
The Blade of the Triumvirate, he says. It's a legend that we who are faithful to the prophecy rally around. The Blade of Triumvirate, when Serigard fell, his spirit was infused with the blade. The prophecy is that the blade will be used to renew Theondir through the mother. That is the hope that we have, that we cling to.
The blade will renew.
What does that mean?
Genevieve.
Yeah, like
Jennifer's the one we want.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, we got to figure that out.
So now, wait a minute. I mean, we did our job, man.
Yeah, what are we?
Yeah. I like a good mystery. Traego likes a good mystery. And my next question is, so Jennifer and her brother Tycho lead you. Where are they right now?
I don't know. They're. I've never been there. There's some headquarters out of the city to the northwest. I don't know, in the mountains somewhere, in the mountains in the forest. I don't know exactly. I've never been there. We're not allowed to come. Those of us who have lower ranks. Genevieve oftentimes is out with the raiding parties. Last I knew, she was south of Theondir, in the Mittendorf area. I'm not sure though. I don't know where she is now.
Can you describe Genevieve?
She is a glorious, glorious woman. Bright, beautiful red hair, dark, brilliant green eyes, a face of stone, cold but gentle at the same time.
Matt, do I hear this?
Do you?
I don't know. Like
we were standing next to each other.
You're just, yeah. I mean, we
Yeah,
were.
I'll say that. I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, 'cause I give a knowing look to Bholen.
Do I recognize his description from the woman that we met in Mittendorf that was burning the town down?
What?
That was a different fire elemental.
Yeah,
Different fire.
Who
are you
That's
people?
where the fire elemental came from.
Jesus! I'm out.
All right.
Bholen.
It's like the four horsemen here. Jesus.
Bringing death and destruction wherever we go.
Bholen, when this not warrior mentions this, you immediately have this sense of recognition. That was the woman you saw in Mittendorf.
I'll tell the group, or at least Traego, that. That's Baron Duke von
Baron.
Duke Baron von Bramblewood III.
Not Baron Duke, Duke Baron.
Duke Baron von Butt Munch.
Oh, like that was the girl that the ring that we got it glowed really, really bright when she was around.
The ring that we had tested by that one guy?
Yeah.
And it glowed when she was around.
Yeah.
Wait, do I hear this?
I'm gonna motion over to.
You gotta find her.
Kerrhylon, and I wanna come motion open. Like, do you still have that amulet?
Who?
To Kerrhylon, do you still have that amulet?
Yeah, I mean, I have it in my pouch in my pocket.
Okay.
And I have the ring too.
And are they hot? Are they doing anything? Like,
well, I'll check. I'll pull them.
Take a look at them stealthily. Don't make it super obvious.
You're pulling it out. What are you doing with? Where is your amulet in relation to this, Kerrhylon?
Well, I wear my amulet on my neck, and I'm not going to pull them out. I'm just going to put my hands in my pockets to see if I can tell there's a difference in temperature.
Strangely, the ring feels warmer, in fact, than normal.
Okay.
The amulet, there's no sense of heat from the amulet that you picked up from Graywater.
What about mine? Well, the one that I wear.
Your amulet is still glowing with this interesting bluish, hazy glow, which it has not done
ever
since the day that you found it, Kerrhylon.
And do we notice the glow, or is it just kind of him looking in his shirt?
It's not bright enough for you to notice it.
Okay.
But right. Kerrhylon definitely notices it.
I can feel it.
You recognize that glow, Kerrhylon, from an earlier time.
All right.
I kind of look at him like, anything?
This is I'll tell him this is not normal. What I'm feeling right now. Okay. This is new, and then I'm not going to go into the history, but
should we separate them? or do you still want to keep them together?
No, I'm holding on to him.
Fair enough. Okay.
I will ask for the ring back.
Yeah.
Take my ring back.
I'm going to hold on to that one.
I will ask for it again and use the word please.
Well, I think it's better to keep it. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give you the ring. So I'll give him the ring. You should put it on too.
And where did you, Bholen, where did you find that ring again? I kind of forget.
Some random guy.
It was that random dude in the street.
The homeless guy just gave it to me.
Was it one of the homeless people that you killed?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So he's still alive.
Did you burn him down? Did you light him on fire?
Well, it was a strange old man you met in Helder Harbor.
I gave him a hug.
No,
hug.
I know. I'm just giving Bholen shit.
Oh, okay.
So he's alive. You didn't set him on fire or turn him into a fucking elemental or anything? Okay. All right. Cool. You only do that to your friends. That's okay. Cool. I'm all right.
Feel the love.
I look at Kerrhylon like, anything else you guys want to ask this guy? I feel like he's just like a religious. He's a religious zealot.
So
trying to bring about this prophecy.
So I asked these guys, you have met this woman.
Well, we didn't meet her.
We did not meet her.
A really quick
saw
link
her.
with her. They fell in love from across the room type thing.
Like star-crossed.
What about?
Yeah.
Is Graywater with us? Does Graywater has he met this woman?
You can ask him.
Let's ask him.
Okay,
ask him.
Oh.
Right, I ask him.
I will go ask him.
Graywater's walking close to the soldiers, and he turns to you and he shakes his head. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, is that so?
Can I
maybe just introduce him to my friend Grogil?
Huh?
I'm here.
He says, that's enough. That's enough.
No, knife.
I'm gonna message Grogil.
Dagger a centimeter into
I'm a
his
little
throat.
bit before back. I'm gonna message Grogil. Remember,
Too late.
The idea is to scare them, not kill them. We need him alive.
You guys are really screwed if you kill Graywater.
He will lead us to more battles, more loot, and more beer and wine and women. But for the love of God, he has to stay.
Dagger half an inch into his throat.
Who is she? And I'll look at him. Who is she?
And
I'm
assuming
I'll
that
describe the woman that
if you do it subtle enough, Arid and Niv are still talking away.
Okay, I was going to ask if we were still.
You're still talking away with the soldiers, and Graywater. I mean, he says, "Yeah, I met her once." He said.
What's her name?
The woman.
Yeah. The woman.
Genevieve.
We already know that.
Genevieve.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just wanted confirmation.
He said, but then he says, but she runs with these fundamentalists. People who believe in the prophecy. I have nothing to do with that.
The knot, right?
Yes.
That's what the knot are. That's what you are.
I work for Melathon, he says. Repeating himself again. I work for Melathon.
Inside check.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to do that too.
Roll it. Okay, do you want... Yeah, each of you roll an insight check.
Do I need to... So I have you gave me inspiration.
Yep.
Is that
that allows you to re-roll. That you can use it to re-roll any attack or any skill check.
I will... Do I have to call if I'm going to use it before? Or can I use it?
Nope, you can just use it whenever.
Am I rolling too?
I'll give you 2 of you can do it.
Right.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, I'm good. 21.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Traego, he seems to be telling the truth. Bholen doesn't seem to be exactly the story.
Not telling the whole truth, maybe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask Grogil. Grogil, you can pull the blade out now. We got what we needed from him for now. if your services are required later, we'll call you.
You got to roll. I think he's got to roll dice on that, Matt.
Okay.
For fuck's
Persuasion.
sake.
Go persuasion, yeah.
8. Rolled a 2 plus 6.
Grogil keeps the blade in the same place. He's not convinced. At this point,
So
Arid.
So what is
Arid,
Grogil
Arid,
going to ask him?
Yeah, Grogil, did you want to ask a question or two?
No, I'm just here for the fun.
At this
Just
point,
like stabbing people in the neck.
It's the stabby stab.
Arid's spell starts to wear off Niv. And he begins to sense that something strange has been happening. And you know from when you met him that Arid himself is something of a hobbyist in the magical arts, and he knows immediately what has happened. And he turns to you with a look in his eye. Niv, how could you?
I
What's the
told
meaning
you.
of this?
I told you when we were in the basement, this was above your pay grade. This should not be surprising. Just calm down and let it happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you persuading him?
Yeah, I just want him to. Yeah, I know I cast something on you. You know I cast something on you. It's just the way it goes.
Give me a persuasion check. No advantage, though.
Bring out your best Wilfred Brumley.
We have the same birthday. Fun fact.
11.
You have diabetes?
Hold on, you have the same birthday
Halt!
as Wilford Brimley?
Halt! He lifts his hand
How
in
do
the
you
air.
know that?
Oh shit!
Arid lifts his hand in the air.
Oh no.
He says to the other soldiers, Take the prisoner. Take Graywater. We go to the keep now. Leave the rest of these behind us. They can get to the keep themselves. And they go over to you, Grogil. The soldiers. They put their arms around the captive. Graywater is already ahead of Arid, starting to walk to the keep. Arid looks at you in the eye.
How many soldiers?
2 of them.
Okay.
Arid comes to you, Grogil, and he says, As I understand it, your reward depends on this. It's waiting for you in the keep. Hold on. And immediately your mind, Grogil, goes to massive amounts of ale that can be purchased from 50 platinum. And you let the knife
I
off
just
of
got.
his neck.
I was gonna anyway, but okay. Yeah.
It's a rather persuasive move. And the soldiers now grab the captive and they begin walking back. You guys are free to follow.
Everybody should see everybody and how their body language changed on my screen.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh.
And I
So all of you
I just want
want
to tell all these guys, they're taking him to the keep. We're going to the keep. We'll end up in the same place.
Yep.
All right, so how far away are we?
As you guys are trotting along, you come around the last bridge coming over the moat, and there you see that beautiful arch with the carvings in it describing the history of Theondir. The same place that you met Oren Ferryworth when he had that beautiful song for you that he sang about the history of Theondir. And you guys enter through the archway, smiling as you remember your friend and the wonderful fiddle work that Bholen did. And you go across into the soldier barracks area right in front of the moat, the drawbridge. And there you see running up to you several soldiers along with Feuerbrandt. And Feuerbrandt has this panicked look on his face, running directly up. He sees Arid coming along and he says, What has happened with the fire? What has happened with the fire? Are you okay? Are you okay? He's shouting at you, Bholen.
Are we? How far back behind? Are we like all kind of in the same group?
Yeah, 15 feet behind, 20 feet.
I'm gonna step up. I'm like, your men, contrary to our specific instructions, let 10 members of the knot go. They never found them, and apparently, they have a fire elemental. They burned the wine shop to the ground. Almost killed me.
This is a big deal.
This is major. All right, you need to get on top of this. All my armor, gone. Luckily, I still.
Can I interject?
And it was top of the line. It was magically enchanted. All right.
Can I interject and just say that Arid, your lead man did what he could, but the Baron here does need some kind of recompense
And I look
for what happened.
Duke. He's a Duke.
The Duke
Baron.
Duke
Von
Baron.
Von Bramblewood
Excuse me, please forgive me,
Junior.
Duke Baron.
Oh,
Give me a Traego.
And as Niv says, forgive me, I kind of stick out my signet ring.
And I take it and kiss the ring.
Oh,
Okay, then.
Duke Baron, give me a deception check.
All right, come on, something good. Nat 20, baby.
shut up.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab. I got a rolly thingy.
I believe you.
Okay, so Feuerbrand.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I see
Yep.
two blurry digits.
So Feuerbrand, Feuerbrand takes a step back, and he looks a little confused, and you see this look
Well,
of
not
sort
a
of,
Duke, but whatever.
confusion, panic come over his face, and he says, "So things are worse than we had imagined. Was a knot.
Yes.
We'll have to
But-
report this to Melathon immediately."
Yes, we do. You'll be happy to know we put the fire out, Bholen and I. No lives were lost. Or innocent lives, I should say.
Huh.
But I will be requiring recompense of my armor. I do
Compensation will be coming in due time,
Perfect.
my friend. But first we need to
Very-
talk. First we need to talk to Melathon.
need- yes.
Well, we brought Graywater too, so
And at this point, it's what, like 4 in the morning?
Yeah, it's 4:15 in the morning. So Feuerbrand gestures for you all to follow him. He leads you across the portcullis into the outer bailey area. You walk past the buildings, the stables, the storehouse, into the inner bailey, and immediately you see the keep with its 7 towers, the chapel next to it. And you walk up those same stairs, stone stairs that you had before, and Feuerbrand once again sets his hand in the handprint on the door, and he mumbles a few words once again, imperceptible words, and once again a greenish sort of energy comes over the door, and you hear this thud as the doors open wide, and you're all able to walk into the great hall of Theondir Keep, where you initially met Kerrhylon only a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
Again, seems
And-
like months.
Feuerbrand turns to all of you and he says, "Give me a second. I will go and contact Melathon. The rest of you stay here if you would like. There are bathrooms off to the side. You can refresh yourself if you need to clean yourself up before you talk to Melathon.
I immediately
Please
go to
stay
the
here.
bathroom and take a gigantic shit.
no
So
Bholen,
wafting.
is this
Bholen
a,
wafts everything.
No wafting.
No
a short-
wafting.
And-
A short rest.
And with that,
or-
Feuerbrand dismisses Elrod, who turns and looks at Niv, and gives a sort of a strange look at Niv, sort of I trust you, but I don't. But I still respect you, Niv. And he and the other 2 soldiers are dismissed. They leave the area. Feuerbrand takes Graywater and asks him to follow him. They head to the center spiral staircase that leads up to the throne room. And Feuerbrand says, "I will return in a few minutes." And he walks with Graywater into the spiral staircase leading up. Let's take a few-minute break there. A pee break. Do you guys want to continue a little bit longer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
Good, because
Yeah.
I still have a lot more we could do.
Is a short rest? Is that an hour? Do we get a short rest here? Or not?
We can see how long it is before you get summoned again.
Also,
What?
Matt, we would have
Is
been
that-
way
is that-
further along if it weren't for Tim and the potion in the fire elemental. Just
Well,
pointing that out.
I don't know why you.
Okay.
I don't know what.
All
All
right,
right,
let's
guys.
take a couple-minute break,
2 minutes.
and then we'll come back and continue. All right, guys, let's get back into this session. You have now made your way to Theondir Keep with Arad, the soldiers, Graywater's with you. You've just been led by Feuerbrand into the Great Hall. You've been cleaning up in the baths as he disappears with Graywater up to Melathon. And after about a
Over in the
half an
bath?
hour... Yeah, go ahead.
When we're in the bath, I used prestidigitation to make bubbles float up from under Grogil. If we're in the same bath together, I don't know.
Oh.
And Grogil's like, bubbles floating up, Grogil. What do you say?
I don't- yeah.
Smaller than
Because I can
usual.
make puffs of wind, I'm gonna make them like make him buy Grogil's ass and just like bloop, bloop, so bubbles start coming up.
I fart bubbles bigger than Traego.
Ooh, actually, can I have an ongoing prestidigitation? So we could have a hot tub.
A hot tub.
Are you drunk, Chad?
Sure.
No,
Sure.
Hope so.
no. Honestly, watching Critical Role is kind of helping, kind of getting into the character. But yeah, all right, keep going.
Absolutely.
All right.
So after you have your hot tub session, you guys get your clothing on and you head back out into the Great Hall. Kerrhylon remembering fondly the table you sat at when you were there with Sorrow. And after about a half an hour, eventually Feuerbrand comes back down. It's now about 5 in the morning. The light is starting to come up. The sun is starting to rise. But this is an important meeting that they want to have immediately. So Feuerbrand gestures for you guys to follow him, and he leads you over to this spiral staircase made out of stone, which brings you up to the waiting room outside of the throne room. And there as you approach the guards, they swing open the massive iron doors, revealing that glowing room as you remember from your last meeting there with Melathon. And the orange orb is still in the center of the room, rotating and radiating its orangish golden light. The orbs are on the pillars leading on the path up to the platform. And in front of the room, your eyes fall upon a figure standing in front of the dark stone throne. It is Melathon, dressed in his regal flowing robes, sword sheathed by his side, an inviting but nevertheless intense look upon his face. And as you come closer to him, Feuerbrand steps slightly to the side, and all of you are now standing in front of him. He says, "My sincere greetings to you, my travelers. When we did not hear from you for some time, we were concerned that you had fallen into the hands of the resistance, that your errand may have come up short. As you know, the resistance is not known for its mercy towards the friends of Theondir. Feuerbrand and Graywater have informed me a bit of your situation, but I would like to hear a report of your findings from your own mouths." And with that, he gestures to you to speak.
Who's
I'm
in the
gonna
room
look
with
at-
us?
Well, I immediately say, thank you, James Bond.
Who's in the room with us now? Is it
Feuerbrand is there.
Feuerbrand?
You can see Feuerbrand steps off to the side, and it's
Okay.
Melathon in front of you, and that's it. That's all you can see at this
Oh
point.
no, there's no guards. I'm gonna step up and I'm like, with all due respect, I think this is a discussion we should have with you and you alone.
Very well, he says, and he gestures for Feuerbrand to leave. Feuerbrand walks over to the door where that golden room was, where you initially had talked to him and received your initial payment, walks into that room, closes the door behind him, and now you have Melathon standing before you alone.
Okay. I don't know what to ask him.
Well, you
hold on.
started it.
Well, I'm supposed to, but
Duke.
The Knot's trying to kill the king.
Yeah.
There you go, Tim. All right.
Okay, well, yes, that's what is happening. They have an assassination plot for the day of the festival in 3 days.
Day and a half.
The day of the festival to assassinate not the king, it's the mayor, right?
Governor.
The governor.
The governor.
Assassinate the governor.
Oh shit.
The
His
mayor.
honor.
I mean,
But
just
the
let the
Knot-
mayor
like,
go.
we're a little
We know it's not the
Oh,
Duke. We
yeah,
know it's not
no,
the Baron.
The Knot
The mayor,
also
the king.
knew that Melathon or the Graywater
Yeah.
was a double agent.
We saved his bacon,
that's-
man.
That timeline may not be correct anymore.
Good point.
Graywater is working solely for me, says Melathon. I have no doubts about that. I trust his intentions.
I say, do you know he's a double agent?
I hate that -1 on my insight, so it's a 3.
Graywater has
Yeah.
always been loyal to Theondir. That I am not out of.
How do you know?
There is some evidence that he might not be 100% honest with you.
Then please tell me
Bring him forth.
what information.
Is Graywater with us and the prisoner?
Graywater's not here.
It's just our group. I'm reading my notes here. Okay, what did we find out? So we know apparently there could be thousands of knot in the city.
In different groups.
In several different cells.
He laughs a bit. Those numbers are highly inflated. The knot is but a small cell.
Well, we've encountered one cell of the knot, and
they're pretty well organized.
They're pretty well they are well organized, and I'm generally a pretty good test of character, and I think the prisoner we questioned was being truthful with us, and there are several hundred possible members.
We shall see. Cell. We shall see. The interrogations are continuous now. They are ongoing with this prisoner that we have with us. In due time, we shall know.
Did you search Graywater?
There was no need to search Graywater.
Right. Are you sure about that? Because he should have multiple vials of peridot dust, and if I'm not mistaken, peridot dust gets people through the barrier.
Peridot dust is a convenient form of payment and transaction in Theondir. Of course, as someone involved with the knot, he would have peridot dust. That is not strange at all.
That's not quite what we've been told about it.
Can't we just call it what it is? Cocaine?
As Grogil with his nice long fingernail. All right, yeah. What? No. Shit, I had a question in my mind.
What are the Matt? What are the mages? The Sincari, yeah. From what we've been told, anyone with peridot dust can bypass your Sincari. And if Graywater is looking for peridot dust, that means the knot is looking for peridot dust.
So simple it is not, says Melathon. Peridot dust is one of the material components required, but it is also the knowledge of the spell that is also required. And not everyone has that knowledge, not everyone has that capability. So I am not concerned at all if smugglers and traders have their hands on peridot dust. For what they lack is the knowledge that would allow them the movement.
I'm going to ask him, what is the significance if someone was to take the name of
Bramblewood.
Terravin. If someone were to take the name of the surname of Terravin, what does that mean?
Terravin is the name of the mainland, the continent. Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Well, we've uncovered the leader of one of these knot cells. Rather, two. A woman named Genevieve and her brother Traego.
And you can see he's taking this information in. This is important information for him that he has not received before. Indeed, very good, he says.
And from what we know, their headquarters is west of the city in the mountains somewhere.
That is indeed new information. Very good. Very good.
And
is there anything else that you have learned?
I'm kind of looking at you other guys. Like, do you want any questions?
What is the significance? What's the history of the? What's the sword? The three.
Okay. Triumvirate. Sword of the Triumvirate.
Tell us the history.
I wasn't sure we wanted to talk about that.
Well, let's just talk about that. Nothing more.
Well, there's a legend that the knot has used to rally around. The legend is that the sword, the blade of the Triumvirate, after Serigard was murdered or killed, it is unsure exactly what happened to him. His soul was infused with the blade so that it would not perish. And it is through Serigard that the knot has been formed. And the blade of the Triumvirate is the legend which holds together a large portion of the knot. It is a rallying cry for certain of them. But I am with Graywater. I don't believe in these legends. I don't believe in these fairy tales.
Of course.
Melathon,
But
if I may.
Counselor.
I'm curious if you feel that our transaction is completed. Do you feel we've done an adequate job to your specifications of fulfilling our end of the bargain?
Bholen, that is your name, is that correct?
Sure is.
I have been greatly pleased with your services to Theondir. Not only have you revealed this new information about Genevieve and Traego, but you have confirmed what Graywater himself has said. The assassination plot that is in play. And that, to me, is incredibly valuable.
I've got an offer for you. I think, as you've said, our merry band of travelers here has done quite a smashing good job of getting everything done that we wanted to get done. Now, I think we have somewhat of a personal stake in identifying and eliminating potentially the cell of the knot to the west. So what deal can we make? Maybe instead of you sending your armies or your own commandos, whatever you have at your disposal, you send us. We take care of it for you. What would that be worth to you?
Feuerbrand, he shouts.
No, I'm not asking Feuerbrand. I'm asking you. You're the leader, right?
The door swings open, and Feuerbrand comes out carrying a chest that he sets down on the platform in front of you. He opens it up, and inside of the chest, it's a felt-lined chest, is glimmering metal.
Traego backs up a little bit because the last time he dealt with a felt line chest. I'm like,
And Feuerbrand steps back.
Sorry.
And Melathon says, "Here is the rest of your compensation as promised. But you, Bholen, speak of an interesting proposition. You have proven yourself loyal to Theondir. You have proven yourselves skillful. And you in particular have proven to have an affinity with the knot of coming close to them." He pauses for a second, contemplating.
Tim's a mole.
I will give you another proposition. I will double your compensation if you remain with us for the next few days. See through the tri-decade celebration. Get more information. Protect Tyrius. And if we come through this tense situation, double compensation shall be yours.
And that's for all
of us? Yeah.
So we get 200 or platinum for
the entire party. So Melathon is talking now about doubling your compensation. So that would be 200 platinum for each of you.
Yeah.
And I want them to recompense us for the stuff we lost in the warehouse.
Well, I was going to raise my hand and bring up a point. One other point. The knot seemed to have a fire elemental. Bholen and I were attacked. And as you can see, I am wearing these drab, terrible clothes that I cannot believe that I am actually wearing right now. And your man promised me that I would maybe be able to replace my armor and get a fine set of clothes as befits my station.
This is indeed new information for us about the fire elemental. We shall take note of this, and I assure you that Kendar, my servant, he will provide you with everything that you need, if you are to remain with us for a few more days.
So you'll double our compensation for just hanging out and protecting the king?
The security, and safety of Tyrius is worth more than the mere compensation that we give you.
Indeed.
I mean,
I would say
Yeah, why not? What is this?
Yeah,
what is the
looking
protection
back.
going to entail? What specifically would you be asking us to do?
He looks across at all of you, and he looks over at Feuerbrand, and he says to all of you, particularly looking at Feuerbrand, we are unfortunately running out of time. Tyrius will not change his mind, and therefore our strategy must now regrettably become one of defense. We will need to call upon the forces ranging from around all of Theondir and bring them back to us again. In addition, we will need a guard, the elite guard of the Sons of Silas, to follow Tyrius day and night. He shall not eat, he shall not sleep, he shall not defecate without the watchful eye of the guard. But your role in this is to be prepared to prevent any incursion into Theondir Keep. Graywater has spoken. Graywater has spoken of an amulet that I believe one of you now possesses. And he looks closely at you, Kerrhylon. May I see the item? Stretches his hand out.
I mean, I'll show it to you, but I'm going to keep it. I pull it out of my pocket and hold it up.
That's what she said.
Hey-o.
Ba-dum-bum.
Sorry.
And Kerrhylon, as you pull the amulet out, you bring it close to your own amulet, and your amulet begins to glow even brighter. It's as if there is some sort of connection between the two. You feel your hand suddenly being pulled toward the amulet, as if there's some sort of magnetic force between them, drawing them together. And as you resist, the force becomes stronger and stronger, and the amulet come closer and closer until, with a burst of light, the two of them fuse together. The light of each now intertwining, the bluish and the golden light intertwining into a green glow. And Bholen.
And I'm assuming we all see this?
Yeah, this is happening in front of everybody's eyes. Bholen, you feel the ring in your pocket getting hotter and hotter at this point. The two amulets now become sort of fused together into a single piece, and now they're pulsating as if a heartbeat. And Kerrhylon, as you focus on the pulsating light, you suddenly feel how your own heartbeat comes into sync with the amulet.
What the fuck?
In some
As this is
mysterious
happening,
way.
I'm ducking behind Grogil. Like I'm peeking out, but I'm ducking behind Grogil. Like what the hell is going on here? I'm a little gun shy of all this shit. So yeah.
Some mysterious way, Kerrhylon, you've become attuned to the new amulet. It has now become, in some odd way, an extension of yourself, of your own life force. And Melathon takes a step back, perplexed. Says to you, Kerrhylon, proof that your destiny is intertwined with ours. We need your help.
What is this? How does this connect to my family? How does it connect to my tribe? I don't understand.
That
Just
I
let
have
it
no
sit,
knowledge of
dude.
myself.
Just let it sit.
But I do know the connection of this amulet to the blade of the triumvirate is clear. Your connection, I do not know.
Well, I'm going to hold on to this. Because they're together now, right?
They're fused together, yeah.
Well,
It doesn't seem like it's possible even to separate them.
I need to stick in. I need to know more. This amulet is what I found. So from my family, my tribe. So I need to know more about this. What do you know, Malthon? What do you know about this? How? I'm confused. I'm perplexed. I'm very interested in what's going on. I'm concerned.
I am as concerned as you are. I know as much of the first amulet as Graywater himself has told me. I believe his story. Of your amulet, I know nothing. But this is a very curious pairing indeed.
Curious indeed.
Do you have anybody in your services that is adept at identifying the properties of magic items that we could speak to? Possibly? Maybe?
We have some Sincori who might be able to help us with that errand. Eventually, my friend.
What about a historian, like a archives? I need to. How does? Obviously, this sword is intertwined with my family somehow.
That I do not know.
It's probably paramount to get some information on the amulet and the sword. So if we could speak with one of your Sincari, like in the morning in a couple hours, would that be possible?
That can be arranged tomorrow. We also do have archives in the city, which might provide some helpful information, but I cannot speak to you, Dragonborn. Your history is a bit obscure to us here in Theondir. Information may exist, but I cannot guarantee it.
All right, I need to. All right, I need to know more. So that means I'm sticking around.
Yeah. Well, I think you have your answer, Melathon.
Well, I'm sticking around. I don't know about you guys.
Double compensation. We'll take what we are owed right now. 200 platinum per once this is done in 4 days. And obviously a replacement of my magical armor that I lost in the fire with the fire elemental.
So, Melathon,
I pipe up and say, Arid should be promoted for his part in this as well. He helped us capture the soldier and protect Graywater all the way back here.
Indeed, I will take note of that, my friend. You see that Feuerbrand has spoken well of him, as has Graywater. I will indeed take note of that.
So, Melathon, I must also ask about the druid we encountered, Vildareth. What do you know of him? I'm drawn towards those. I'm starting to be a druid, and I'm drawn towards them. And that seems to be a group that's in the middle of all this.
The name Vildareth has no meaning to me. The druids, I know that there are certain druids who have been attempting to create problems for Theondir, particularly in the northwestern regions. And there are rumors of them having incursions into the city. Of that I do not know much of. We are too busy with Felwind, with Terravin, with the Knot. A few druids are not really of our concern at this point.
Alrighty then. Do I believe him?
Give me an insight check.
23.
23.
Nice.
He seems to be telling the truth. That seems to be a very truthful answer. Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
And as you guys begin to gather up your platinum coins, so all of you can write 50 additional platinum coins in your inventory. Melathon falls silent, a rather pensive look on his face. And he turns to all of you again. And he says this: Fate is the master that rules us all. And fate can never be opposed. It was fate that brought me to all of you, and fate guided you here. Fate allowed you to receive the information that you have received, and fate allowed you to return safely here. And fate continues to work behind what we see and what we understand. For some inexplicable reason, each of your stories has converged with one another, and with the greater story of Theondir. And your fate seems still to be intertwined with ours. Thank you for assisting us in this particular story. May the chapter of the resistance come to a conclusion. You will see us through the celebrations, he says. Preserve the well-being of Tyrius. By the end of the week, when the situation has been diffused, you will again be handsomely rewarded. That I will promise you. double compensation. And if you feel as if your time in Theondir is finished, we shall provide you with safe passage across Thalandir, or even to the mainland. But if you feel led to remain, there is much more work that needs to be done in this conflict. Your faithfulness to Theondir shall not be forgotten. We will gather here in this very throne room at sunrise of the morning of the celebration. Here you will receive more detailed instructions. Were you to glean any information between now and then, Feuerbrand will be prepared at all times to receive your communication. That is all for now. Kendor will provide you with any other details that you may need. And with this, Melathon turns along with Feuerbrand, and he exits the throne room to the right, once again, into the golden room. And you see now, to the left, hidden in the shadows, who you didn't see before, Melathon's servant Kendar steps forward and comes up to you. And he says to you, as you may have already known, Tyrius has requested for the celebration to take the form of a city-wide masquerade. For your sakes, and for particularly for the two of you, and he looks now at Kerrhylon and Grogil, costumes will be a convenient way for you to keep your presence from being too conspicuous. There are, after all, few orcs or dragonborn that have been seen on the grounds of Theondir Keep. And we now need not draw unneeded attention or to provoke unwanted questions. And he pulls out a piece of parchment from the leather pouch on his side, and he begins to draw with a small quill and an inkwell to scribble out a message, apparently signing his name at the bottom. In the morning, you will be able to visit a contact that we have in the northeastern corner of the square, just outside of Theondir Keep, with whom we carry out a good deal of our business regarding clothing and textiles. His name is Yenfire Fastfingers, and he is the owner of the establishment with the name The Swift Tailor. Present him with this message.
Fast fingers.
Tim, Matt.
Present him with this message, and he will provide you with all of your adornment needs for the coming festivities. And Baron Brandel.
Man, it's been a while for
Baron
Matt.
Bramblewood III.
Baron
Bramblewood III.
Duke Baron Brandel III. He will provide you with other clothing as you need. And if you are in need of lodging for the evening, we will be able to provide you rooms in the soldier barracks. If you have other arrangements, that is fine. But remember, if it has not been already told, your profile in Theondir should be kept for the time being as low as possible.
Oh,
What was the name of that shop that guy owned?
the Swift Tailors.
The Swift Tailor.
How's
Not
that?
to be confused with the Taylor Swift, which is a competitor.
Arch. Right.
How's that building? How's that building that got burned down? Is everybody okay?
I have not heard any.
Keeping a low profile, you know.
Is this the same servant that we met the first time we were here? That
It is indeed, the same servant.
Oh, that you made
the same
like,
servant. And as Kendar begins to lead you guys out of the front door, he turns to you, Bholen, in fact, and he lifts his cloak up, and you see that he has a belt made out of metal pieces, and he says to you, "A new purchase since we met last time."
What
Gives
is
you a
this?
little bit of a wink.
What did you do to this guy?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Is this the room that has that big orange sphere thing in it?
Yep.
On our way out, can I poke it with my dagger again?
You can, and
This is
same
how
thing that happened.
Really weird shit starts. Don't.
Same thing that happened last time. There's a sort of a spark that comes into the dagger, and you feel a kind of a shock in your hand. But that's all that happens.
Yeah, well, because the dagger blew up last time.
How tall is the servant guy?
Is my dagger destroyed again?
Dagger is okay this time. Yeah.
Oh.
How tall is the servant?
Kendar is over 6 foot tall, so he's.
Okay.
He's
I was gonna slap him on the shoulder, but I can't do that, so I'm gonna kind of like
Slap
slap
him
him
in
on
the
the ass. So let's go see about compensating me for my lost magical armor that Melathon said he would be replacing.
Yes, sir, right away. He says as he grabs his belt tighter as you hit him on the rear end, and he brings you to the front door down the spiral staircase to the great hall. He brings you to the front door, and he turns to all of you now and he says, "It is now the morning. Would you all like to sleep now, or would you like to purchase your costumes for the festivities?"
I think we
I'm
should
going to
rest.
Sleep.
Difference.
I'm going to bed.
Okay. He leads you down back through the inner bailey. He leads you to across the moat, across the drawbridge to the soldier barracks, and he brings you up a rickety old staircase into a hallway where the soldiers are sleeping who guard Theondir Keep. And he shows you a couple different rooms where you're able to sleep for the night, or for the morning, I should say. And he gives you your rooms and asks you if there's anything else that you would need. Otherwise, he'll leave you for the night.
Yeah, as he walks away, can I just cast minor illusion? Make him crop dust on his way out.
Oh, fuck off.
What is
Poor guy.
What did you do to this guy?
Oh my, he says as he runs down the stairs and heads back towards Theondir Keep. All of you settle in for the night, and you are get a full, or for the morning, I should say. It's 5 a.m. now, and you're able to get a good 8 hours of sleep. The question is, do you guys want to continue for a little bit more, or do you want to end with a sleep?
We're gonna. I gotta say, I think we're gonna go. We have to. I'm pretty much out, I think. So.
Okay, well let's say this. Let me end in this way. You guys settle in for a morning sleep now from 5 a.m. and you'll be sleeping. If you want to get your full 8 hours in, that'll bring you into the afternoon. And as you close your eyes to sleep, all of you begin to drift into a wonderful state of sleep that you haven't experienced in a long time.
2 days.
Your mind, 2 days, a long 2 days. And your mind begins to drift as sleep overtakes each of you. Begins to drift through the darkness to a place that is oddly familiar to most of you. A dream-like state. A dark space with brilliant white stones in a circular formation upon which each of you is perched at attention. And in your dream, you see at the center of the circular formation the same white altar, where there again stands the same regal figure you had previously met. This time, however, he's no longer holding the infant girl like he was the last time, but rather standing next to him is a small girl, also adorned in brilliant white clothing, her long golden hair hanging down past her shoulders and covering some kind of marking on the left side of her neck that runs up behind her ear. Her innocent blue eyes fixed upon all of you, unwavering in their intensity. And the man in the center turns to you all and speaks. "Well done, my good and faithful servants. Your cultivation of my soil has led to fruitful results. The seed of life continues to grow." And with that, the small girl opens her mouth and begins to sing a simple but captivating melody, the beautiful tone of her voice filling your ears and lulling you into a state of peace and calm in your dreamy state. And after a few seconds, the girl's voice, however, begins to quaver and to crack. Her eyes no longer peaceful but distressed. And once again your attention returns to Lathander's face. Slowly the regal, radiating skin begins to melt and to stretch like heated glass dropping from the glass blower's wand until the skin has entirely melted off, revealing a horrific skull with deep glowing crimson eyes and a rugged jaw that begins to move as a
What the
blood
fuck?
chilling laugh echoes through the skull and the bone.
Kind of dark, Matt, don't you think?
Yeah. Don't they have
Hear
good
this
mental
laugh.
health care in Sweden? Like,
When you hear this voice coming out, you tread on ground over which you have no authority. From the seeds of destruction, new life. And with that, the skeletal figure turns in a flash, drawing out his blazing sword, and with a single swipe, the searing metal meets the neck of the singing girl. Continues through, dropping her delicate head to the stone as her body collapses. The singing ceases, and the only noise remaining is the sickening laugh of the skeletal figure resounding your mind. As darkness and sleep overcomes you. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Jesus.
Wow. That was deep.
I want to go get my magical armor.
Apparently.